You don't watch pretty much anything for the most part. I'm trying to think of movies that she doesn't. She hates Men in Black. That's only because when I was in college,
Yeah.
Forever. It was always like Men in Black 2, not even like different ones. Yeah. I think our favorite movie was and the fact that it's basically a true story and like very accurate is wild.
Yes.
You know?
Oh yeah.
That actually happened. Crazy.
But smart.
Yeah, super smart, not a great person, but very, very,
Terrible
very
person.
intelligent. Yeah, and that's what they were talking about it. Like his wife, like, and like, yeah, the guy's like, he's not a good person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even now, he charges. Like, he's got like a sales course of like $20,000 or whatever. I'm sure they. Yeah, he's pretty famous before that.
On my way to work.
Probably my favorite character.
Or when you can see it.
If it's an emergency, always.
We're missing top screen again. We had it and then we lost.
You know what's going on?
And just tell me that, or just to wake me up and then hang up and then text me, that's fine. She won't. So this new, call me a bunch of times, and then I'll text you.
And usually, like my family, and then all they don't continue.
That works.
Hey, we're supposed to back.
I did bring it back just in case. Maybe it'll be short on people. We'll have to play it.
Yeah, one of us will have to play it.
I'm not like a super good into
Yeah, they're very good. Yeah, a lot of them very good. Island Dog are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, good enough to win, but
Yeah. I'm honestly.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of like the.
That's right.
It fits his
like
yeah, it's exactly.
he's
It's like his
yeah, for sure. Nobody plays it. And you have to be like to play it well. You have to be and find it. I mean, it's fairly simple like to play. Yeah, but I watch it.
I think the deck that I gave him, not even set on, but the B king is so big. Like if you can go mount on 5 and B king on the same turn, it's so big.
Dude, I'd love to see somebody win with my blue green deck, but
Oh no. He's a good player, but
he was like saying, listen, when you play against Pete, you have to know you want to play every turn as though next turn he's going to play both the genie. When he plays Pete, he plays the genie. And he's like, okay, cool, I'm not missing anything.
yeah.
But if he doesn't play the genie, or if he doesn't play the genie, because you'll play amuses, right? And you're like, okay, cool. You'll pass. Okay, now I'm going to play Mother Gospel, Kicker, or play genie or something.
Yeah.
Or play your Clarabelle, or whatever. You just play your next turn out, so that way
You're not screwed.
yeah, you're screwed by Pete. Yeah. You have to think about that as you're inking, and you put an and
Yeah.
together. Like, okay, this is a Pete
I feel
deck.
like your worst matchup's gotta be purple steel.
No, discard. Way worse.
Oh, yeah,
way
discard,
worse.
yeah.
Purple Steel's actually not that bad.
I thought maybe the bounce was like just so tough.
It can, but the fact that I'm playing 3 genies, 4 kids, and then 1 Mother Gospel, so basically 8 cards to play, and then Clarabelle and stuff, like, I don't hate it. Plus, like, you just use it as like a setup turn. As long as you can kind of control the board for that, like you play your Grammatala and attack into something,
Yeah.
or whatever, and be able to kind of somewhat control the board with your creatures, then you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather. I actually think Amber Steel might be worse than that, just because the only world sometimes will get you.
But you play under the sea. You're not playing anything.
I do play 2 under the sea, no bet. Yeah, I want you to have cards in the hand so I can draw from there. Bend is an interesting card. But I think it's good. I mean, it can be back right. But the guys are a little more synergistic with it. He's in the zone.
Really got the job done.
Or my book it, my dare pen.
That's hilarious.
Alrighty. What kind of players? Did Rachel know if he's streaming with you? No, okay. If you, once we publish matches, if you are paired at
everybody.
table 1, that is the
Yeah,
stream.
correct, yeah.
Before we go live.
Before.
Streamed on Twitch. You do not
Yeah, we're just gonna get it all out now. Yeah.
for not to be streamed. We'll switch table 2 to
Not
feels
PC
really
stuff.
That's totally okay. All right, so just let us know if you don't want to.
Probably couldn't cuss.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
Gotta.
Josh and Nick
That's
will
good.
be back there doing
I know, I have
on everything, so
I do. I still see.
I have a terrible mouth.
Me too, dude.
And her and I have been working.
other
on it,
than that,
like,
table
we
1,
got a-
2,
we got a
3,
kid. We got an
and
11-month-old that's
then
gonna
4
start talking soon.
back,
For
9 back. Does that all make sense? Alrighty. We'll be doing 5 Swiss rounds to a top cut.
We're at the
Everybody good to go? Alright.
YouTube video or like Instagram video or whatever of these princesses that were like plus size. And I was like, my wife was showing me, I'm like, no one wants to see any fat ass princesses. And my daughter's like 5, she's like, yeah, no, Mom, no one wants to see any fat ass
Oh
princesses.
my
I'm like,
God.
oh shit. It's like, really, Nick? Huh? I'm like,
You
sorry.
feel good about that?
Alrighty, what kind of players?
Chat.
Your matchup on the board.
Of course it does. What is that? Is that the air conditioning?
Yeah.
Let him out.
Hi, Ashley. I'm Chad. Nice to meet you.
We were doing the whole all Friday.
I can do it.
Maybe just turn it on.
Would you? I mean, if you.
Check.
It's on the table.
I know my husband and my son are watching,
We don't have to go live.
But
they'll be excited.
check.
I just don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I can hear out there.
Or-
Oh, yeah, the way.
What? Okay, so we don't do anything. Okay, good.
I wonder, is there a mic out there?
My husband's gonna critique me. He's gonna message me after this and tell me everything that I did wrong.
he's gotta put the audio out there.
He's watching. He already said he was already in.
All right.
You got this, girl.
Going live.
The audio out there is. Check. See what I'm saying? It's so loud out there that you can barely hear what we're even saying. You should cut the audio out there, so it's just us speaking.
For sure. Is there like a speaker out there? Or?
No, it's the camera that has the mic, right?
Oh.
You should.
You have mics in the ceiling now.
I'm not saying shit. I'm stressed out. I'm saying it's that audio. That's how every stream runs. There's no audio. It's just that it shouldn't just be people talking.
You were shuffling sleeves, but they were the.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so what
Do
you're
you
saying.
understand what I'm saying?
So
Like,
what you're saying is.
They're so big.
like if I talk normally, blah 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 blah.
Not the dream world. I think it's the Katana. Those are.
It's like there's 50 people in there.
Like even compared to.
That audio needs that mic needs to be cut. The player mic should be off.
Yeah,
Just
just
us.
us. Yeah. You can even hold up. Like,
No, but
I do.
start just getting up.
The
Yeah.
Yeah, wait until the timer goes up and we'll get everybody going.
Hey, so are you talking about the Locano motorcycle thing?
We have a custom built one.
Do you have it in the Discord?
I mean, this is obviously all rudimentary first go at it. 'Cause I don't know if you can see us. We should be up on the screen too. I don't know if that's.
Do you have a link I can share that? Or where is it at?
Yeah, I think.
Turn
On
it
the
off
YouTube page?
so it doesn't turn on. Last time I used this, it kept turning off on me.
Dope. I like it. I'll put up on the
Get him. Get him.
Instant loss or.
Flashes later also too.
Aaron's gonna have like a PowerPoint.
Oh, I know. That's what I said. I said, I'm gonna get critiqued about everything that's wrong.
No, Josh is already commenting on it. Okay.
Alrighty. What kind of players? Thumbs up if you're set up. You may begin.
Check.
Too bad we can't see the chat.
Orientation.
Or we can't with our phone. Yep.
Do you know what the two?
I don't know, why is there like two?
I don't know why there's two, but I can.
One is 8, one is low. 8, low.
Oh. Yeah. Not very. Find out.
I know, dude. I'm gonna read this first, so I can
Yeah, that's why I meant.
Anyway, in case we get some people, we're gonna be out live.
Oh yeah.
Tell me this thing cuts out.
Mine's not great either.
Pegasus, play Daisy. S.
This isn't what you want to see if you're the Kiwi Birds player, because them loading their board up it is scary.
That cannon should have came out and killed that.
Big one for Fire Loon.
Another cannon.
Another cannon, that's nice. That's a good
Doc. What that card is.
Could have had a better
That card is incredibly annoying.
And she's actually keeping up with Lord. She actually had one Lord right now. So 5 to 4.
Yeah, 5 to 3.
Or 5 to 3, I'm sorry. So, up to 2 Lord. Wait, oh, the 6 cost. Bring it back. I think it's shiftable 3, 5 colors. No, definitely.
Lady.
Now that's the one that taps your draw card, isn't it? Or is that the one that brings them back? Oh, oh, to your hand. Okay.
Your hand back.
Gotcha.
More powerful.
Is there any other?
Yeah.
No, she's a shift 3.
The stats are a lot better.
Yeah, what is it, a 4-4?
I think it's a 4-4. Our plan's got to be just leaving all the gas, right? Yep. And then hopefully.
Looking at Robin again.
No, but we're also falling behind here. So,
Correct.
thinking a Cogsworth. The play is a Cogsworth. I think, honestly, if she just quests away,
Yeah.
like, it's going to be.
You want him to turn his creature sideways for that dock.
The pass there is interesting. Like, I probably quest with Doc just to leave something open to force her to attack, because the only thing that can get rid of it with the Cogsworth out there is the lady, right?
Yeah, correct. And the resist too, like,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, I like turning the dock sideways.
The Calhoun leaving it up is fine, because you do want to use her for ability to gain 2 lore, but
Sure.
Honestly, it looks like she's running away with it again. If he can't do something quick to, like, get a tramp or a Chernobog down.
Yeah, that's the thing about the dog, is you need to function with characters in play and still be able to control the board, which makes it super vulnerable. That's where that tramp card, the 2-drop that gets discounted, is nice, because you can throw away one of your dorks and, take something big out.
Right. Okay, we got a Rapunzel line. It looks like it's coming. She's going to take 3 back.
There we go.
Rapunzel.
Drop 3.
Now we're kind of.
Feels like we're in business now.
Yeah. So now he can ink and drop 2 more characters, and we're right back in it.
Yeah, we know we have Pegasus in hand that we picked up.
Anytime you're playing evasives against Kiwi 2, it's super hard for them to get rid of them.
Yeah, they have a hard time with that.
Ursula.
Should have some
Another Little John.
damage on Robin Hood.
Yeah, you got 3 there.
Oh, 3, okay. I didn't even see that. Die. There we go.
Okay,
2
2 ladies, so 4 more lore if we can get a tramp down next turn.
Tramp costs 1 right now too, which is nice.
See, I don't like. I wondered if he was going to turn sideways with the Donald just to semi-protect the lady.
Yeah, I kind of like that play, because you're going to give him a free 2 lore. But lady still dies, because you run the dock into it, and then thing. So yeah, I kind of like just, hey, I'm going to sacrifice the lady. If you're going to attack into it, you're going to kill 2. You're going to kill at least one of your creatures.
ton of lore,
6, 7, 8 lore.
and he's got some control. So it's 9. Is she gonna quest? Man, I wonder if the play here is. Okay, so she's leaving the Cogsworth up. We have nothing on board that can get rid of that Robin Hood now.
Yeah.
He does have Chernobog in hand though.
Yeah, really, he's got nothing to attack with that's going to kill the Robin Hood anyway, unless he plays a 2-drop.
He's got Chernobog in hand, and he's at 6 ink. I think there's how many creatures in the graveyard? 2.
Just one.
Just the one?
Yeah, because he picked the other 2 up. We need a lady in the tramp card so we can.
You need a tramp so you can dump, and then
Yeah.
I wonder if he, dude, is it almost worth it to just sack an Ursula?
To put more in the yard.
Put more in the yard, or no?
I don't know if I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, because I mean, realistically, you have nothing that can get rid of her stuff. She's getting to 17 next turn.
Yeah.
If she just turns everything sideways. It's going 3 for the Donald. Leaving it up again. And those ladies are only checking for 1.
The Chernobog is the last card game.
He's got 2.
I like, you know what I like doing better is just questing out. And I would have probably exerted a Donald.
Yeah.
Just because they have to attack both Donalds.
Yeah.
It protects those ladies.
Yeah, he's choosing it late. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's. Yeah, he's gonna
Let's
put
see
it
if
in
she
the bodyguard.
allows him to do that or not.
I think that she knows the games pretty much, so he's questing for 3, 4, so 2,
The
4,
lady-
5, 6, 7.
The ladies are only 1, right? So
The
2,
ladies
3,
are only
4,
1, but he
5,
is giving
6,
+1 from one of the Donalds.
7, yeah. So we got 7 lore there. Go to 10.
7 go to 10. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 next turn. But if he finds a tramp, he wins the game.
Yeah, I think I'm killing both Donalds, gaining 4 lore, and then run that Cogsworth into one of the ladies.
Yeah.
Because
She's a nicer person than I am.
yeah, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't allow the Donald to come in late
Yeah.
in the bodyguard position.
No,
but-
especially after you already like exerted stuff to quest, and then realized like in a different phase, basically that. There's a strength that'll be helpful. I like taking out the Donald there.
Yeah, you take out the Donald, then you can just kind of crush everything and take no damage back. So she takes 1 there, go up to 4, gain 4.
Take out the other lady.
I don't even know if she needs to. Honestly, I would
just quest here.
I would turn the Cogsworth sideways and win the game.
Yeah.
Because she's presenting
16,
2,
17, 18,
4.
19, 20, 22. Yeah.
Worst case scenario is 6.
It forces him to have to do something to his board or lose.
Yeah, and I mean, this game's over. He can't get rid of the Robin Hoods without.
Well, he could have a tramp, or the 2-drop tramp and attack into the Robin
That's
Hood.
true. I forgot about that card.
Yeah, so he could run an Ursula into it and kill it, and fill his yard up for.
We haven't actually seen any of the Chernobog lines here. So he's counting. He sees that the Chernobog is playable, but that's just if he plays that, the game's over.
Yeah.
Okay, we do have the tramp. So we're gonna cycle.
And he could find the other tramp.
He can find the other tramp. He has to play the other tramp or he loses.
1, 2,
give
3,
+5 to Pegasus or something.
Yes.
Or I would give it to the Ursula, I guess.
He's gonna draw 5 and discard 5.
Yeah, he needs 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 4. But I think it's just the amount of characters that were on the board.
I think it's characters in play, because it comes into play and I think it triggers. I think you get it off the tramp also.
He needs to find that tramp or he loses the game. Because he's going to dump everything else. He can play that tramp and he's going to be able to play the Chernobog for free. I think that if he does find that tramp, he wins.
Yeah, I think so too. See what he discards. A bog. He must have. There's a
Found the
tramp.
He found the tramp. I wonder if
He's gotta have another
I wonder
one.
if he's got the line.
He's got to have another one.
It's got to be. It's got to be that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got to see that he's losing here,
Yeah.
right? 2 for the. Oh no!
Whoa, no, dude.
He didn't see it.
He did not see that line. He could have
He
kept
didn't see it.
Chernobog and then played it.
5. He didn't see the line.
Yep.
And
And now he's got to discard 5, so he can discard the card in his hand if he wants.
he can
Probably a
discard
Chernobog, I bet.
Yeah, but he's only going to keep 1, and he doesn't have enough ink to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a punt. Unfortunately, because
Yeah, because he did have the game actually. He had
Yeah.
game in hand. He
Yep, he
had
could-
the tramp that he could play on turn
for 2.
for 2, and then play the Chernobog.
Play the Chernobog for free, and then quest out.
Yeah.
Oop, looks like we're lost our feed. We're back. Excellent. Oh, that's a tough one. Like you said, it's probably his first tournament playing the deck, I think, right? So
It is his first live
a little bit
attempt
of
at the deck.
learning
so-
curve.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you hate to see that.
Yeah, that's tough.
Because that he would have been right back in it actually. And she would have had a Cogsworth and a Robin Hood and been able to do nothing about the Chernobog. We know that, so that would have been game for him.
Yep. Yeah, and then we see a game 3.
Yep. But it looks like
I typically like this matchup for the dog deck. To be honest with you. I think
it's super quick, and I mean the thing is, he was never out of it. He had a horrible start, and we both kind of thought, okay, this isn't looking great for him, but.
Yeah, the thing with the dog deck is that you just play against the dog deck. You take a couple incremental lore early. Or against the Keybirds, you take a couple incremental lore early, and then you leave everything standing until you're ready to 2 quests out of the game, which is where he would be at right now.
Yeah,
Good
and
attack.
I think that he's going through his discard right now, and he's realizing, okay, I just made a mistake.
Yeah, kind of punted this one.
Yeah, which. I mean, that's happened to all of us, both of us, multiple times.
Yep.
Punts happen all the time.
Last weekend, man, I inked the wrong card off of Tipo and lost my set champ top 8 because of it. So that was 100% my fault.
And he does get the Chernobog down. He puts everything else back into his deck, but Ashley knows that the game is over.
Yeah. The cool thing too about like I don't know how short he was on ink with the first tramp. He probably could have played it the Chernobog anyways because you can play some of the costs with the ink that you have. But if you needed another character in there too, who's going to get one from
and to be fair, like
Ursula.
You shouldn't even be thinking about closing out the game with Chernobog there. You need to. She's
not
questing
lose
for 5 or 6 next turn.
You need to not lose. Yeah.
So he realizes he's questing.
Yeah,
game
game's over.
Yep. Quest for 6, get to 16. And pass. Ashley's going to end the game there with 21 onward. Yep. A handshake, possibly. Or a fist bump. Or him being pissed that he should have taken the... He did. He realized it.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Made a mistake.
Took this instead of that, and it would have run the Ursula in exactly what we saw. He knew it too. He knew it. Man, Chad.
Bummer. Oh, man.
Well, congrats to Ashley taking the 1-0.
Great job. I love to see some blue steel tearing it up. Of course, my pet deck.
Your baby.
My baby. Yep. Even if it's the aggro version, I still root for it. So great to see it. Maybe we can get a nice rematch in top 8.
Yeah.
Is there any reason to play 3 games if you lose the first one?
Cool.
That was a good match for sure.
That was a good match.
So, oh boy.
God, I'd love to talk to Chad, kind of see what his mindset was there.
Yeah. Yeah, what was he digging for? Anytime you play a card like that digs, you have to think in your head, what are the cards that I'm actually looking for? Like, what's the card that's going to get me out of this situation?
Exactly. It should be in your head before you play the card down.
Before
it's like a visions or anything like that. It's like, what am I looking for before I put this card
Do
down?
I need to be prepared? Do I need a Sisu? What is it
exactly.
that you need? Good games. All right. Yes, camera's off. Audio is great though. Perfect. Cool. So we're getting some feedback. We have this air conditioner in the background.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if that's.
hopefully people can't hear that too bad.
Table 1 is done. If either of you would like to do it post game, or both of you would like to do it post game.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Wow, we'll just come at her with the.
Yep. That'll be great.
Yeah, you got nothing.
I have one card in my hand the whole time.
Oh, I was. Okay.
We saw your line. We were like,
I missed the tramp.
Dude, we saw it.
we were like,
saw
oh,
it
he got the tramp. We're like, he discarded the tramp. Oh no.
It wasn't hand. And he was like, he's got to have a second one. I'm going to take this seat, Chad.
Yep.
All right, mic for Ashley Drew. Yep. You want to mic up with that? She good? Oh, okay, cool.
Well, there you go.
Oh.
We're here with Ashley post game.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Good. I was nervous because I was expecting the tramp to come. And
Yes.
That was.
And you
I
know,
was
if the tramp comes down there, it's game pretty much,
Yeah. Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah. He
he
had
can play the
too much.
Chernabog for
Yeah.
free, and you had too much on the board, and it looks like he cycled through it, but maybe got caught in the moment there for a second
Yeah.
and kind of got lost.
Yeah.
How do you feel the Kiwi Birds deck is positioned right now?
I feel like it's decent. I haven't been playing too great
Yeah.
in my other tournaments, so at least I've been like 2-2 or 2-3 or whatever. Like
Is
that.
it a newer
So,
deck to you?
I've played it maybe like 4 different set champs or 3 set champs. So yeah, it's newer.
Yeah.
I've been switching around to find which deck I like best.
Yeah.
That seems to be it right now.
Yeah.
I love the Kiwi deck. I think it's great. I think it's a pretty. It's not the hardest deck to play necessarily in the format,
Yeah.
but it's also not super easy either. Like you have to understand, which cards are more valuable in each matchup. But I thought you played it very good.
Yeah.
And we're in a whole lot of things that we were looking like saying that we would do much different. So
I think with the Fire the Cannons, which is not actually a tech that you typically see in that kind
I
of
love
deck,
that
I
kind of
think
deck.
it was great, man. Those saved you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's hard for you to get rid of the evasives like the
Yeah.
Pegasus and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And so I thought those were awesome. You had that one turn where you dumped 2 of them on the
Yeah.
tramp and the
And then
and
Pegasus.
then played the dock.
And then played the dock, and you're like, oh my god, that
This
was
turn couldn't be any
amazing.
better, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great turn. And,
Yeah.
and I liked too, you had a turn where you could either cannons the Pegasus or play the Calhoun, and you get a Pegasus and a Ursula out. And it effectively is more ink efficient to do it the way you did it, where you play the Calhoun on 2, and then because you won't plus with the Ursula because the Calhoun's there. So
Right.
you're going to save yourself 1 lore that way. You lose it back to the Pegasus, but then you get to shoot the Pegasus the following turn
Right.
or whatever if
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that play. That was really good.
So how's the set champs been so far? You said you went 2-2 in one of them, or
Yeah, that's. I think the 2 of them I did. One I went 3-2, but my matchups weren't great. Like the player,
tie breaks.
So I got like 10th place in that
Okay.
one or whatever.
that's not terrible.
Yeah.
But
Winning record.
that was that was probably my best.
Your best finish.
Yeah,
Cool.
especially in like the bigger tournaments like
Yeah.
this, like playing like 20, 25
25 people, yeah.
that was probably the best ever.
That's great.
We're 1-0 so far, so maybe we're gonna make the top cut today.
I'm
pulling for you.
I'm not confident, but
Yeah.
hopefully.
That's all right. No.
Do your best, right?
Yeah.
Just have fun.
Yeah.
All right, well, congrats on the win.
Congratulations, yeah.
Yep, good luck the rest of the day.
All right, thank you.
Did you see Chris's deck? He's playing a red, yellow Thongs deck with like no Robin Hood. It plays the Look at the Family and a bunch of cards like that just to create like a bunch of advantage. Play some Maui in there, some Teeth of Ambitions, some V-Kings. Like pretty cool deck, dude.
Yeah.
Pretty cool deck.
Interesting. I hope that gets on the stream.
One of the coolest decks in the room for sure.
Yeah.
So one
Cool.
of the most uniques. Yeah.
Game 1 done. It looks like some of the other players are wrapping up. Nick, why don't you tell us about your first tournament that you played in this set? This is back before the Hiram Band. You played in the WCC, right?
Yep. Yeah. I did the WCC dual 5K, the 10K weekend or whatever. And yeah, oh man, that was a blast. That was actually what kind of really kicked off me traveling and playing a little bit more.
Yeah. That was in what, Wisconsin?
Wisconsin. Yeah. Oshkosh is I think where we stayed, and the store was in. Man, I got some funny names of cities up in Wisconsin. Yeah, So Fond du Lac actually was the city that they had it in.
Fond du Lac, yeah.
So right outside of Milwaukee. It was super cool, dude. I play with Lamb Chops, who's like a pretty well-known blue steel player.
Yeah.
So he flew into Cleveland. Me, him, and Dustin all went and hopped in a car and drove to Wisconsin together. great time. And my daughter came, of course.
That's awesome.
And yeah, and so the four of us just had a really cool, fun weekend. I knew the blue steel deck was really good. I was super excited because like finally, like the deck I've been playing for so many sets is just busted.
Yeah, right.
So we went there. It was a large amount of blue steel, blue red, and did pretty well. I was able to beat a few gold Mickey players.
Nice.
Beat Zan round 3. I beat DKP for my winning in.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that was really cool.
So you top 16 there or top 32?
I finished second at that one.
Right, but
So
it was a top 16
Yeah,
cut out of
100 and I think 28 players.
Wow, okay.
So something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
So
and then you ended up taking it all the way to the finals and played another blue steel player in the finals and got what, second place?
second place. Yeah, I played Sky, and Sky is like
The
he's
blue
very,
steel guy.
Yeah, very big brain guy.
Yeah.
So which I took him to 3 games. I was on the draw all the way through the top 16. So I had a little bit of a disadvantage, but played really tight and felt good about it. And I had 2 losses in my Swiss, one of which was to the Chernodog deck against Ghosty.
Yeah.
He just put a clinic on me. That deck was like one of the only decks in the room that felt unwinnable.
Well, that was when that was previous to it being known, right? That was when it was like first introduced.
Yeah. Ghosty was like the original creator.
Yeah, the innovator.
Which was so cool because like my daughter played it on Saturday, and he was giving her tips all day, and I kind of coaching her through it all day. So
yeah, that's awesome.
So it was really cool.
How old's your daughter?
She's 11.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
And she loved it. They gave her a big interview there. They gave her a free Enchanted card for coming out. Yeah. And that was cool too because she was like very nervous to play. So Saturday she didn't want to play. I said, okay, you can have the $50. You can spend it in the store. They have all kinds of cool stuff in that store. And so she did. She found like a crochet kit and a bunch of other stuff that she wanted to buy. And so Sunday we're like, you playing or what? And she's like, yeah. So she played, and she played the dog deck, and she beat a blue-red player round 1 and just like wrecked him.
That's awesome.
She played 11. Yeah, she puts her Ursula down, takes his B prep right at the perfect time. I'm like, yes,
you're doing it. Yeah,
so
that's
cool.
a cool moment.
Yeah, you could tell the guy was a great sport about it, but you could tell he was like frustrated. I drove 5 hours to lose to 11-year-old. Yeah. But it was really cool. And she did okay actually. She was joking with Dustin because she had a better record than him.
That's hilarious.
So first jab at Dustin today.
Yeah, first jab of many.
Of many to come. Yeah.
So that was previous to the Hiram ban. How were you feeling at the time that Hiram got banned, and now how do you feel about the game? How do you feel it's progressed?
Man, I'd be lying to you if I said that I liked the ban, but I do think it was necessary. The format is really well balanced right now, so I like that like there are so many very competitive decks that you can play.
Yes.
And along the same power level. I mean, you got a bunch of red blue variants, the Din version, the item list. You got the blue steel deck, the discard deck. Steel songs.
Like maybe the best position deck in the set right now.
Yeah, Blurple.
Red purple. Yeah, so I know walking around the room, we have 24, 26 maybe players today. I know walking around the room, it's like everyone is playing something different. Even if they're playing the same color scheme, the decks are completely different.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it had to be done, and this is old news, obviously. It had to be done, but it's made the game so much better. And I know people playing in set champs around, like, Jafar won at a set champ last week, and green steel won at this one, and then red blue won yesterday. So it's like it's definitely been good for the game.
People are coming up with some really cool, unique decks. We were just talking about Chris's red yellow song deck. Yeah, I guess you'd call it. Yeah, it's really neat. So there's a lot of like neat innovation that people are doing in the format right now because it's kind of wide open.
Right.
You have your S tier stuff. I think with like the discard decks, and I might put blue red up in there maybe, and Blurple and a couple of those. But yeah, I think maybe the discard decks are really on the top.
Yeah.
But other than that.
So no, you're good. After the games are done, we're going to move this portion out to the table because I cannot consistently get this camera feed to stay.
Sure.
So they can't see us.
Huh?
So they can't see us.
Right now they can't see you guys. They can hear you guys, but they can't see you. But they can see you at the table. So you coming out and doing this portion at the table, you know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Yeah.
Do the interview, do this portion at the table, because right now...
Is the audio okay out there?
Audio's great.
Okay.
Got audio figured out.
Okay.
At first you were super garbled, but I got all the levels and everything good.
Cool.
So, match one's gonna have some hiccups.
It was Aaron. The reason I came out there is Aaron texted me. She's like, I can't hear anything.
It was just like really low and compressed because every time I bumped it up, It was super garbled, but we got there. So
Okay.
it's really solid.
Are you doing 55-minute rounds?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to have a timer here just to see where we're at time wise and stuff. But
So you'll still have the feed. You'll still be able to see and commentate everything from back here. But the after stuff, just move out.
Cool.
Do all that sort of stuff.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we bring the whiteboard out there
Do you
too.
want the whiteboard in the
Yeah, you can take it.
Yeah, probably there.
Yeah,
That way we could see it when we. Yeah.
hey, how much time is left on the clock now?
9 minutes.
Okay.
Do you want to go out there and do it?
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll bring this too so I can see the chat. So in the chat too, we got some people, they like the short sleeve jersey, which is awesome.
Denver's always on the new stuff, man. Denver wants a whole new wardrobe of side quest stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I do like the short sleeve jersey. The back of mine says Beefcake, which is awesome. So super pumped about that. All right, so you want us to just hang here? Huh?
Yeah, you can like put them 3/4 like that, and then.
Cool.
Yep.
Ollie Williams swimming hole.
All right.
So anyway, yeah, we were talking the game. I mean, it's been so much better since the Hiram ban. Yeah, it's. I mean, it had to happen. I'm glad it happened. So, moving forward, right?
Yep.
So, other than WCC, you've played in what? One more big tournament, and then you have a couple coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, I played in a few of the Southside ones. Shortly after that, we went down to the Southside Gaming.
Down in Florida.
Down in Florida, yeah. It was like 2 weeks later. I played in there. It was like a 10 or 15 case tournament, I think it was. So that was the prize. That was 15 case. It was a charity event.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. I went undefeated in Swiss. I went 6-0, double draw in. Just felt like just running hot all day. I beat John Williams.
Was this prior to the ban?
This was prior to the ban, so I still had my
You're
blue
higher.
steel deck.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And then I actually played Kiwi in the top 16 and lost. And I was like the only deck I didn't want to play, which
Right.
sucked. My only loss on the day too.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It qualified me for their invitational it's Labor Day weekend. So in
Oh,
August.
nice.
So
Wow, that's cool.
So I'll be down there for that. I'm gonna go. My next big one is gonna be. I did go down there for another one too, but I didn't do as hot. I played
You ran blue-green,
my
right?
blue-green deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out where I want to land after my deck got nerfed. So,
Yeah, right.
I think the blue-green deck was really good. We could talk a little about that later too. But So next major tournament, I might go to the World Class Cards one in Wisconsin in 2 weeks. And we'll see if I can make it work. I originally had some plans that weekend, but it might have got canceled, so we'll see.
Okay.
And then after that, they have the CCS one in Atlanta, 8K. I'm going to play in that. I'm going to play in the PPG event in Dallas, which is a 15K, I believe.
Okay.
And then back to the Invitational in August.
I gotcha. So, do you have any idea kind of what you want to roll with at those tournaments?
It's gonna be tough because it'll be Return of Jafar will be legal.
True.
The first one I'll probably play a pretty meta deck, like maybe like blue red, and just add a card or two or Blurple. I think those are the two I'm kind of in between.
More the item version or the DKP version?
And I've played a lot with both. I think the item version beats the DKP version,
Right.
so I tend to side with that one.
Okay.
But DKP just won again with his deck yesterday, so
Wow.
So I mean that dude just tears it up.
Yeah,
So,
he's a beast.
he is a beast.
All right, let's head back to the booth.
Sure.
We'll let round 2 is about to start.
Yep. Pairings are up.
2-0.
You knew I would find. I'm back home, so.
Dustin's in the background. I thought Dustin was on feature.
Pull that.
It's funny.
We got Jimmy and Brandon at the feature table now.
Good. Is Bobby playing today or no?
Bobby is playing today. He's also running Kiwi.
Oh, nice.
I didn't see how he did in first round.
Yeah. That's a
Bobby is the, for anybody that doesn't know, he's our 2-time returning champ. He he beat some loser in the finals 2 times in a row.
Scrub.
Some scrub,
Some scrub, yeah.
AKA Beefcake, AKA
Yeah.
Nick in the finals 2 times in a row. So,
Twice.
yep.
Guy's got my number, man.
He does have his number.
Bobby's an excellent player. Oh, look, we're getting that waving from home for Ashley. Yeah, her husband is watching stream and was super excited to see her win. So
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, Bobby's really, really good player. He topped 32 to DLC, right?
He did
I don't
in
remember which
Atlanta.
one.
Yeah.
Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think you finished in the 26th maybe or something like that, which is insane. I mean, that was one of the earlier ones, but still there was like 1,200 people playing in it. So yeah, really, really good player, and I know he's super familiar with the steel side of things. So we'll see how he does. But we got Jimmy and Brandon. I know what decks they're both on actually.
red, purple, red, or purple steel, right?
Purple steel, yeah. Brandon's on purple steel. He's on a different version of it though. He's on less of a. He took out the friends, he said. He took out some of the draw package, actually, and he's going more like control-y aggro, he said, with a lot of songs. He's got 2, attack of 2, restoring the crowns, which is a 6 cost to uninkable.
That exerts their creature?
And it exerts all their creatures, and anytime you banish one of their creatures, you gain 2 lore.
Okay, so Robin Hood effect for everybody.
Robin Hood effect for everybody.
And
yeah.
that stacks too. So if you have a Robin Hood or a Calhoun out, you're going to gain 4. So
yeah, 4 lore. So and Jimmy's on actually my red purple deck. So I had this list that I'd been running, and Jimmy's a really, really good red purple player. So we passed it on to him and took a 1-0 earlier today. So we'll see how this matchup goes. I'm excited to see these 2 decks play against each other.
yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I don't know. Do you like red purple into purple steel or typically or no?
My comfortability level with red purple is so high that anytime I saw purple steel, I pretty much knew that I couldn't lose in a 3-game format.
For sure.
There's an opportunity obviously where they can get out like early, super wide, and then they have white roses and they have goats, and some of the decks are playing the new giant snake or whatever it is.
Yeah, the cobra.
The giant cobra, yeah, that allows you to discard and gain lore. So if they get 14, 15 lore and then they start bouncing stuff, yeah, you can lose.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to beat red purple, this version of red purple in a 3-game format.
Fair enough.
With purple steel.
Yeah, I feel like if the purple steel deck maybe have some game if you're playing the super aggro version. But if you're playing a little bit more control-y, I think that the red purple, just having access to be prepared and stuff is like a big deal.
All right, so we got a handshake and a die roll. It looked like Brandon rolled snake eyes, but I'm not really just going through the whole process now. We beat Jimmy's hand, did a good job pulling it out. It was like a Diablo and a Beast King, so obviously we want to dump those uninkable songs early and kind of move there. So the Diablo.
Do you know what the running count is in that deck? 16. Okay, so you got to be a little careful.
You do have to be careful early on. It's obviously one of those decks that has like draw power just like any other purple deck, and I know that Jimmy has actually tested this out with two versions of Queen's Castle. So it's something that if he can get that to stick, like the draw potential for that is just outrageous.
Yeah, Queen's Castle unchecked is dangerous.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of lore gain too.
It is a ton of lore gain. You have to be way smarter with it than you do with Library, because obviously against any purple deck, Fox and Crab just takes it out, right?
Yep. Yeah, as opposed to the 8 willpower.
As opposed to the 8 willpower, but if you can be smart with it and get it down on more late game and less like a turn 4 or 5 or something like that, you can really run away with the game.
Yeah, I really liked it. I was playing that Ed Burple list that played all the locations, and it was
McDucks and stuff.
McDucks and that together, because then you're like, okay, well, which location am I going to take out? And they're just very difficult to together.
Yep.
I feel like locations tend to be a little bit better when you have a sweeper, which is nice, which you do have access to in the stack.
Yes.
So it looks like we're going turn 1 Diablo.
Turn 1, Chernabog into the Inkwell, Chernabog out.
Okay, there we go.
Chernabog's follower is on turn 1, and pass it over to Brandon. Can't really get a good look at Brandon's hand.
Do you have a preference on one drop you want to see in this matchup?
I would say that Chernabog is probably your best option, but you can't go wrong with either one, just because The purple steel player has all their characters are right around the 3 willpower, and even if you have a Diablo out there, if you can just grab and banish most of their stuff, so neither one is really a bad option.
So we're probably gonna take our lure and take our card here, you think, or are we gonna leave it on there and offer the trade?
If it were me, I would probably just leave it up because you want to control the purple steel player's board until the late game, right?
Sure.
If you can get to the late game, you win. So if I'm Jimmy here, I'm not questing at all, and I'm just leaving it up. I'll give him the option to quest and banish, and if he takes cards off the board, that's good for us.
Sure.
Queen of Hearts is good here. If I'm him, you can quest and not banish.
I kind of like that play, and then you offer the trade. If he trades, and you're going to draw cards better than he does typically, right?
Yeah, for sure. But I don't love just losing the Chernobog like that, just because I guess it depends on what else is in his hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think anything coming out on 2 that you're worried about.
There's nothing coming down on 2 that you're worried about, and I guess the steel players could be playing stuff like Fire the Cannon, so you always have to be worried about stuff like that.
That's fair. Yeah. Helga.
Okay, Helga Sinclair, a 0/4 that has Challenger +3 on its turn.
And
what do you
gains
think?
I love that card because it gains evasive too.
It gains evasive, so it's got
it's a Diablo killer.
Yeah. Okay, so we do take the trade.
And the nice part about that too is like the 3/4 against Steel Song is pretty relevant too.
It is for sure.
Uninkable is hard, but
it's horrible into this Queen of Hearts. I'll tell you that because all it's doing is making it a 4/4.
Correct.
But yeah, that Queen of Hearts tech is a very, very powerful one in this set.
Helga probably just sits there this turn, or next turn. I don't think he's going to quest or attack.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have on board just to control a little bit.
So we've got options here on turn 3. Do we play a crab? He's thinking about inking a Diablo. Do we play a crab? Do we play a couple 1-drops? Do we, bounce and play a fox? I think that Jimmy's pretty well positioned here as a red-purple player, just because, you don't see 3 characters out there or whatever. Yeah. So
you like the crab here? Or what?
I don't mind the crab because, again, your whole goal is to get to the late game. And if you can have more characters on the board, typically you're gonna win.
Yeah.
It's such a threat too. Like he can beef this queen up to a 4/4.
Yeah, that's fair. I kind of like playing the 1-drops out, and then I can turn them sideways, and then if he does attack in and try and kill a Diablo with the Helga, I can buff the queen the next turn and take out the Helga for free essentially.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, I wonder if he chooses the trigger to discard and gain a couple lore.
Yeah. Best static card in the game.
Yeah, it's insane.
4/4 for 3.
4/4 for 3.
And the banish ability, they haven't printed enough cards that are useful enough for that to be.
He doesn't choose the trigger.
I think I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Just because he's so low on card economy here. 4 cards. Probably wants ink.
Ink's the snake, and it's got to be. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So typically you want to take the friends before you ink a card, just because now.
Correct. You might have drawn something better to ink.
Better to ink. Yeah.
And you might want that that snake to pick that crab back up or something.
100%.
And then give Challenger or something. Obviously, unless he had, I don't think he has anything to tap. Maybe you play Pinocchio and tap something down or whatever. If that was in the deck.
So he's got it anyway. So he was planning on that play, obviously. Anyway, I wonder if.
I don't know if I like that.
It's tough. It's tough because you really want to see either Genie or Rabbit come down there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But having the Fox there for the Cobra is still really good. And he's got that crab back in hand. So if the Helga if he wins the quest with these 2, he's got a board wipe basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're coming up on Genie/Rabbit turn for the purple steel player here for Brandon. We'll see what he kind of chooses to go with.
I think I like the crab play a lot more there, knowing that there's a friends in hand, and you could sing for free essentially. All right, so we got 1-drop Pete pass.
Okay. How many cards does he have?
He's got one in hand. Yep.
1, maybe 2. Actually, it looks like 2.
Might be 2 actually. He doesn't have any type of draw engine. He needs like a rabbit or a dock or something.
He's
to keep
coming
his
up.
hand full.
He's coming up on a very, very bad turn as well because we know that back here we've got insider info that Jimmy's playing 3 Tremaines and 2 Medusas actually. So
yeah, I'm not super worried about the Tremaine.
no, not here, just because you got so many cards. But I wonder if we.
I would like to see an Elsa maybe. That'd be sweet.
Okay, Sisu. Okay, we're coming up on another aggressive turn here. That again, insider info is Jimmy's got 1 big Sisu in his deck.
I don't like this because he can now attack in with the Helga and take that out.
Mm-hmm, and survive.
And survive. Well, no, it won't survive. The 4 will.
Oh yeah, because of the 4. Yeah. So I think Jimmy was just kind of willing to let that happen. And the Helga's a fine trade. A 2 cost uninkable for a 3 cost Fox. I would take that trade all day. But
yeah, because Helga really isn't doing much. I
doing
like
nothing.
Yeah, I like Helga in a vacuum, but I'm not a fan of it in this matchup necessarily.
and it's probably the only. I mean, you have to get it out of your hand, right? It's uninkable.
Yeah.
So, but it was something that maybe he could have dumped with the Cobra. I wonder if looking back,
That's true.
That's
Yeah,
a play that
just
he'd
take
like to
your 2
make.
over there.
Yeah. Oh, he buffs up the. Okay.
Why are we doing that?
I don't like that. I don't like that just because.
Yeah, I like to take the card there.
Give me the card.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're gonna run out. You're gonna run out quick.
Yeah.
He takes the 1 will with the Cobra. He's got 2 in hand, so technically Jimmy doesn't have anything that can clear it. But we know that Jimmy picked up a crab earlier, so.
I think the purple steel player is probably done inking at this point. We're probably not going to see him ink too
Could
much
be.
more, unless he draws a Elsa or something like that.
So Jimmy does have the shift line in his hand
Oh, for the Sisu.
for the Sisu, but it's only going to clear 1 character right now
Yeah.
with the Helga,
Interesting.
and it's immediately dying to a Cobra, right? So.
He could have played the attacked with the Helga, quested with the
Chernabog popped it, and
maybe
then nothing dies to the.
Yeah, and then he could have played something else other than the crab, maybe. You know, or like a genie or a rabbit or something, or.
We'll see what happens here.
Yeah.
It's turn 6, so something like a Medusa coming down and clearing the crab is a good play.
Yeah.
Great play, honestly.
Yeah, take out all that strength.
He's shifting. Okay.
Okay.
So Helga goes.
I don't know if I like that.
I don't love it, but he's only got 2 cards in hand, and it's.
I guess the one nice thing that you could do here too, when you have the Sisu in play, is that potentially could sing a
B prep.
a B prep, which is nice, or you can just crash right into the snake and he's got a Pete and a crab, which isn't very scary.
I think pass there is fine. If that's his best line, like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
So.
that feels
brutal.
bad.
Yeah, that feels really bad.
Yeah, I like taking the card out when you can.
So,
Now he's wishing he had that crab to be able to buff that queen and kill something.
looks like we're up to.
There's a
It's
B
4 to
prep.
2. There's a B prep. So I mean, we're still in a fine position here for the red-purple player. It's 4 to 2.
Yeah, and we need more cards.
Pete is nothing. Okay, he drew into a B king. Yeah, Tremaine. Okay, so this is kind of what the red-purple deck does.
Yeah,
and
now we're in the driver's seat.
Yeah, now we're in the driver's seat. I know he has
ink advantage, card advantage.
ink advantage. He's got. That's fine.
Yep.
That's fine. If you're all you need to do is draw 1 rabbit and you're cooking, right?
That'll get him a little deeper, hopefully, once
Yeah.
it lives a turn.
Crab, no worries.
Yep. Quest draw.
Quest draw, or if you got like a Medusa or something in hand, you can play that. Again, he's fine. It's 4 to 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
in
the-
purple, the purple steel player's got 2 cards in hand, so
Red purple has that inevitability.
it does.
That's the scary part about that deck. When that starts to get to 7-8 ink, you're.
So he chooses the quest and draw. He needs a single. He needs a.
I don't even know if I'm inking much.
Okay,
at this
so he
point.
plays a goat and he plays a beat king.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine.
I might have. That's fine.
problem is
I
he's
like
out
that.
of cards now.
Yeah, I like holding that brawl and maybe just playing the one. So potentially if you held that brawl, you could have.
Okay. So we've got a Chernobog Snake in replay, 1 card in hand. Sisu comes down. Quest. You're now up 6-4,
Yep.
and we're going back to Brandon.
Brandon probably quests here, run that snake into that goat. Hopefully draw a rabbit or a genie or something like that to get him back in.
I don't think that he's playing. Oh no, I think he's got a 2-2 split of rabbit and genie.
Gotcha.
If either one of these players draws one of those cards, we're kind of rolling, right? It's just we got to get there.
White Rose.
And I'm taking the trade there all
I'll
day.
take that trade too. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Hardcast friends, draw 2. Another goat.
B King and goat.
Another B King.
So you can
if
play goat.
you're playing goat and I'm singing B King with
Sing
the other
B
goat
King
just
with
to
the
control
goat.
their board and quest for 2. Yep. Smart play by Jimmy.
Yep.
Clear the
Quest.
snake. Quest for 2. It's now 8-6. You got 3 characters on board. They have 1, and he's gonna have to start sacking.
Yeah.
He's only at 4 ink. You're at 9, I believe.
Yeah, you
so
gotta get that goat off there with
Right.
the rose probably. Strength, ink of strength.
You hate to have to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe he's got an Elsa in hand to come down on 5, but I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do with that.
oh, coming at the Sisu. Well, if he would have held the strength, he could have strengthened the Sisu too.
Smee. Oh. Ooh, man, Jimmy's a nicer guy than I am. So basically what he did was empty his hand a little bit more, so he took less damage from the
Yeah.
Sisu.
It wouldn't matter because he's gonna bounce it anyway.
Right. That was interesting. Okay. If you're Jimmy here, I guess depending on what you draw, what do you think? Do you kind of go after this?
I'm busting.
It's a brawl.
You're in the driver's seat here. I just hold the brawl. I think I don't even ink it. Just gonna hold it. If he plays like a followers or
Up
something.
2 to 11.
Yeah, I like the quest. Because you're winning here. You're in a winning position.
He's got a rose in hand, so he's gonna have to sack both.
How much ink are we at with?
Jimmy's at 9.
How much
and,
is
Brandon's at 5.
5, yeah. Make
Sack
him-
1, gain a lore up to 12. Sack the no, not sack the other. Okay,
Yeah.
it's got to be another bounce. No. I don't love that. Crab. Quest. 13. It's a weird game, man.
This is very weird.
They're both like in top deck mode, basically. 14. 14 to 11, it looks
11.
like.
12. A lot of roses. Yeah, well.
All right, so
Now we got a target for that brawl at least.
we saved the brawl and we have a Diablo in hand, it looks like. You gotta brawl it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you just want to keep him off as much lore as you can. He's worried to give him a card, but
Gotta give him the card.
yeah, give him the card. He's going to get the card one way or another.
Passes. He could be saving it for like a rabbit or a genie, I guess, which isn't a terrible play.
The genie is fine. Let's see here.
We're up to 4 now, so it's 15 to. Jimmy just need. Oh, he's got a Tremaine, so we got a board wipe. You go crab into Rose.
I brawl that. I'm going to brawl that thing before I board wipe it. Or before.
No, you take that trade.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And then you
Okay.
Tremaine.
And Tremaine.
Yeah. And we're back in the driver's seat.
You pass.
Gosh, man, this is a weird game.
Very weird.
They're both doing the right things, right?
Yeah.
I think that it's what 14 to.
Two brooms and two.
What did we draw?
Or no, two brooms. So no, it was 2 brooms, 2 genies.
We still got the brawl in hand, which I'm wondering if he regrets not just brawling that Diablo because it drew the card anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to draw the card. That's when I play against Diablo, I just assume they're going to have the card. I might want to change the timing of when they draw it based on...
Brandon's at 17, man. And Jimmy's getting to 15.
Brawl his own Diablo?
Diablo.
I don't know if I like that. Just wait a turn until I go to it.
Howie, okay, up to 16 to 17.
See, but now, look, he has game lethal on board if he doesn't do that with his own Diablo.
Yeah.
So, I just take the lore.
What is it, 17-17?
Yeah, 17 to... I don't know.
I think it's 17-17.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
If he plays a genie, he's cooked.
Well, he's... Oh, yeah, he brawled his own Diablo.
Yeah, so he's got no answer to genie now. Yeah,
I wonder. I can't see what either one's got in their hand, but this game is coming down to the wire, and I didn't expect it to.
Here's the thing, too. Now he dies to... If he doesn't... Okay,
Trades.
So he is going to trade.
He's going to get to 18.
18.
Jimmy's lucky he didn't... He passes. Oh, man, he's got to have, like, 2 strengths in hand or something.
Also.
If he's got Goat Bounce, the game's over.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he doesn't have enough... He's got 3 ink.
Yeah.
Or he's got 3 cards in hand.
3 cards in hand.
Rose. 19.
19.
Or no. Yes. 19. Jimmy has to clear or he loses.
Yep. That's where
Unless he's got Goat
if he
Bounce.
left that Diablo, he'd be...
Oh, my God.
He'd be winning right now.
He's got B-Prep in hand.
He's going to have to be prep.
This is a wild game.
Oh.
He has to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what's his other option here? I couldn't see what the other card was.
Yeah, take your lore.
West, 18.
Waste of a Maui, kind of.
Each time?
Let's see here.
7 for B prep.
Be prep. Yep. There's no
That's
other
game. I mean, if Brandon draws
Any cluster.
All right, keep playing.
I really don't
Gold
like
or
that.
Rose wins the game.
I think Jimmy lost the game when
He passes.
My gosh.
This is the craziest game I've ever seen, dude.
This is wild. What do we got? Oh, a castle.
Oh, a castle. He's gonna win. If he doesn't draw,
Is he at 18?
he needs a.
Genie. Oh,
He
One
could
turn,
ink
two
and
wait.
Rose. Wow.
Wow.
That game was awesome.
that was a great game.
Oh my God, that was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
There was so many opportunities. That was wild.
I think that game's over a lot sooner if he doesn't brawl his own Diablo. Because the following turn, he's going to turn something sideways. You can just run the Diablo into it at that point.
Well,
You want the card.
it's that, or he has to take not the trade, but he has to run the Diablo into. Or I'm sorry, the goat into Diablo,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
you
you
can't
make
quest
him.
with it, so you
Yeah.
make him do it.
You make him do it, yeah, because you have the Tremaine out. So that's presenting lethal, and the only thing you can kill is the Diablo.
Yeah.
So you have just let him do that.
And then you have the Maui that comes down and can just clear his go.
Clear his go, and
then
you have
your
a brawl
Tremaine
in
lives.
hand still.
Man, that was crazy.
Yeah. So Jimmy got lucky not to get punished by that one.
You don't do anything. This way you guys can see it.
Oh, nice. That's
Well, we got the
Yeah.
we got
This is easier, yeah.
because we wanted to see chat.
Yeah, we like to see the chat, which I haven't been paying attention to. I don't know if we have anything new in there. So,
We still got A watching. What's up, guys?
Yeah,
Chat,
what's
how
up?
we doing? Watching some Archazia's Island set champs.
there we go. Crushing it.
Crushing it. That was a great game 1.
That was really good.
Not, I'll tell you this, not how either one of those decks are supposed to function. There
Yeah.
was 0 card draw. I don't think we saw a single rabbit.
We saw one genie at the very end. That was it.
Okay, we've got Chernabog in hand. Looks like might be keeping a castle. I think
I don't
send
like
that back.
I
if
think
I'm
I'd
him.
send Castle back too. That's like you said earlier, more of a late game card.
Which it just won him the game.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Man, that was crazy. There was answers everywhere. Look at this guy's mat, dude. Look at
So
Brandon's
cool.
mat. That's hilarious.
Yeah, this is Grand Prix Magic Mat. Is that London or no?
Lincoln.
Lincoln, February 17th through the 19th, whatever year that might have. I wish I
Don't
would have
ju-
put the year on it.
Don't judge him, man.
Yeah. Nah, dude.
Beefcake can lift weights, but he can't read.
Dude, oh, listen. So this mat has a Pez thing on it, so it must be old, okay?
Okay.
Because Pez was a huge tournament organizer for Magic for years. And in 2009, I won their, like the Pennsylvania State Championships, and they actually gave me a card. It was like a DCI card with my picture on it. And
That's sick.
I could play in any event run by Pez or any of their affiliates for free for a year.
Wow.
It was the greatest prize I ever won, dude. I went every weekend. I was traveling. I go to a Grand Prix. They'd give me like limited Grand Prix. They'd give me packs, a play mat, a promo, and somebody had a good time. You know,
Oh my
it was,
God, that's
yeah, it was
sick.
like 50, 60 bucks to play in that thing, you know?
Yeah.
So
That's so cool.
I went to Gen Con, played in all their events for free. It was great.
All right, so we got the Chernobog Wars again.
Let's see if we take the same line. If we're gonna quest and leave, or what?
Inking a snake.
I kind of like questing and bouncing there with the snake, unless he's got a better 2-drop. But see another Helga come
See,
out.
if I'm Brandon, I'm trying to get my board as wide as possible early on. I love that.
That's a great play.
Smee is so tough to deal with.
Yeah, and we're just gonna let him trade if he wants.
Which
is fine because then you can't
take it.
trade into the.
if you can go, if you can get the Queen of Hearts down here, that's
huge.
That's huge, yeah. But I don't want to take. If I'm Jimmy, I'm not taking that Chernobog off the board unless you absolutely have to.
Well, the following turn you can trade it for Smee.
I hate that. Quest and pass is my least favorite thing that you could do there.
Yeah.
Just because now he can trade if he wants to, or he can bounce and play a fox.
Yeah, no 2-drop. That's tough. Maybe you pop it there if you don't
If
have a
he
2-drop.
bounces and plays a fox, you're in a bad place. If I don't have a 2-drop, see,
Ooh.
that's not good for you.
That's really
that's
bad.
worst case scenario.
And then we're gonna quest for
He's
one.
gonna quest and he's gonna get up to 4, and you have nothing on board.
Yeah, and we need a damage on our Smee here.
Yeah, damage on Jimmy. Jimmy will not let that slide.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, I had a smash.
All right, we got our Elsa still turned up from last turn.
Yeah.
We're about to ink again. All right, there we go. Cool.
I mean, if Brandon comes down with a genie next to him, there's our second brawl into our inkwell.
I think that's fine. It's not very good in this position. So.
Man, I don't like the Chernobog quest last turn. That set him back so far. If you're gonna do that, you might as well just.
As soon as you set Smee, I leave it ready, because then I can attack into the Smee.
Genie here is rough for us.
Yeah, that's gonna be keep his foot on the gas, keep his hand full. There it is. Calling the shots.
Up to 7. It's running away from us.
Another damage counter on the Smee. We're forgetting.
We've got friends. Another friends.
Same friends.
Yeah. What are we doing here?
Man, I don't know. I think that our best case scenario is like get a genie of our own down, possibly. I mean,
Yeah, or a rabbit. I like rabbit a lot.
Rabbit is fine, but
because when you take something out, you'll be able to get a card with it too.
but he's got
his genie.
But he does have genie and Elsa. He's got that line, so it's like.
And he just inked 2 brawls, right?
Yeah, you pretty much now you're like fighting to get to turn 7.
Yeah, this is where I would have for sure inked that castle early.
Fox.
Because
Yeah.
that's interesting. Fox is super
Gotta
valuable here.
be brawl. A third brawl. Okay, so this all makes sense. He had 3 brawls in his opener.
Did you tap 4 for it?
He tapped 4 for it.
There we go.
Slightly more expensive brawl.
Yeah.
Looks like we're gonna kind of fire up for another genie. Yeah,
Yep.
that's
rough.
It's not great. They are gonna lose their Smee here.
I think I take the lure though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I'm attacking into the. Well,
I'm probably I'm doing that,
You're
and I'm
gonna kill
taking
it.
the lure from Smee as
Take it
well.
too. All
Unless you've got a bounce option in hand, then I would maybe leave it up, but that's your only reason to do that.
I might have played it this turn if I did. Like if you had like a snake or something like that.
Okay, so Jimmy's as surprising as this sounds. Okay, it's 9 to 1. Jimmy's not completely out of it.
Yeah, I mean he just got to stay alive long enough
He's
to play
got to
it,
stay
be prep.
alive. Yeah, be prep, or Medusa comes
Sisu.
down and he can get rid of the genie.
Why are we inking that brawl? Fourth brawl. No more brawls.
No more brawls.
F5. Elsa is our genie. Put 2 down.
Yeah.
Do you like that, or you like to take out the the Diablo.
I would probably have crashed into the Diablo, but again, it's like what's in his hand. I do see another castle in his hand, and it's that makes me wonder, like, if I'm Jimmy there, I'm inking the castle and I'm brawling the genie.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to get another turn in.
Yeah, and you can make that same play the next turn with the.
I mean, he is gonna now. It's like if Brandon doesn't have an answer for the Elsa, what's our move here?
You have to. Yeah, and maybe just doesn't turn the genie sideways. Or the other thing you do, you can quest with the genie and pick it back up and play it again, and clear the damage back off of it. So
yeah, for sure.
I don't
and if he has, I mean, if it's a snake and he can ink, he can replay it.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Plus for 3. I mean, Brandon's got a full hand. I don't see any way that Jimmy can come back from. Well, you know, I'm never saying.
There it is.
He doesn't have enough ink to replay it, so that's good news for Jimmy. All right, so Jimmy has a Tremaine, Fox, and a castle in hand. Oh, he's got a B King too. Gosh.
Maybe he was thinking I'm going to sing B King next turn.
He's got to ink the castle. You have to ink the castle here.
Yeah, Castle's doing nothing.
It's doing nothing.
In this matchup particularly, I don't think Castle's great, especially early because of the Fox crab stuff.
So he does have a big Sisu as well. So like, if I'm Jimmy here, I'm clearing the Diablo with the Elsa. I'm inking the castle and I'm playing the Tremaine, just to kind of control his board.
Sure.
And do your best to get the turn 7 and 8. You can still come back from there goes the castle.
Yeah, he'll probably sack the hell.
You have to. If he inks the Fox here, I think that's a massive mistake.
He might actually keep the Helga to be able to kill the.
That's true. Which you're not totally worried about, because if you're Jimmy, because you do have the 8-cost Sisu that can come down in a couple turns and clear that Helga for free.
Yeah, but just to get the value out of it, then it's good.
Diablo, yeah, you gotta do that in order. Draw.
And he'll sack.
God, dude.
Now I'm sacking that Fox. Man, I like sacking that Fox right there and taking.
Yeah, the Fox is doing nothing for you there.
Yeah.
We gotta assume Genie's coming down on this turn.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to put a foot on the gas a little bit, I guess.
I mean, this is more how we're supposed to function if we're the purple steel player.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah, I think I played Genie, Quest, and pass. But now he's got a singer for that B King in his hand too with the Elsa.
Huge
play. Yeah.
So
hopefully for Brandon he can draw maybe a Diablo.
Okay, so he does Quest. Yeah, he needs to draw. I think I saw a Chernobog's follower in hand.
Yeah, maybe play a one drop.
But you gotta assume that you don't want to dump too much out of your hand if a B prep's coming.
That's true. But you still want to keep your foot on the gas. So I think I'm okay playing the followers. It's only one card. Diablo would be great. That would be
ideal.
the card that you want.
He passes.
Yeah,
All right, so if you're
Jimmy.
Jimmy, what's your option here? Do you clear the snake?
I think you clear the snake and then you sing the B King. Oh no.
I don't like bouncing this. Or clear the Fox. I don't like inking the.
What are we doing?
Foxing.
Picking that up.
Okay, we're gonna pick that up. Definitely sack and then sing B King. That's. Oh no.
Questing.
He's gonna hard cast. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. I don't know what else
he's got 2
in his
cards
hand.
in hand. It's Elsa and Big Sisu.
Yeah, I think that's fine there. To play it and then
The
take
problem
lower.
is if he comes down with like goat and yep, there it is. See in the future, man.
Yep, goat and then what? Pick goat up maybe with the snake or. All right, Chernobog, cool. He'd probably still play the big Sisu to take the Chernobog out.
He's got 7 ink. He's got the small Sisu in hand.
Don't
he keeps forgetting
ink.
to flip his things.
Yeah, don't ink.
Ink Sisu.
No.
I mean, I don't.
Oh,
mind
he
this.
got to.
Yeah.
I thought he was on 8 ink already.
Quest for 2 up to 4, 6. So we're looking at. I think it's 14 to 6 at this point. And stream
15.
looks like stream is a little frozen.
16. Oof. It's starting to get a little out of reach for Jimmy here.
Yeah.
You still got a couple cards in hand too.
I mean, the thing is though.
If we have one bounce spell, I think this game's over.
So, man, we've got the Elsa and the. You can clear the board, but you're clearing both your big characters.
I think you
for it.
have to. I don't think you have a choice. because I mean, one bounce spell just beats you. You have to get those goats off the board. Play that out, clear the board.
This game's over. He's getting to 18 this turn, minimal. And if he doesn't clear the board, the game's over.
Yeah, if he doesn't clear the board, the game's over. You have to run both those.
11.
You hate to give up 5
12,
lore,
13,
but
14, 15, 16, 17, 18 for Jimmy. Best case scenario in 2 turns. Yeah, this game's over.
yeah. You gotta take those goats out. I don't know what we're thinking about here.
We're not thinking about anything that's happening.
We're
I think we're a little behind.
Yeah.
Oh, he is thinking. Oh no, we're not behind. Okay, so he does end up trading. Has to.
Yep.
17, 18, 18 to 6. White Rose, Genie in hand. I see. Goat game. All right, scoop them and move along. We're going to game 3.
yeah. There's literally nothing.
These are two really, honestly, these are two really bad hands for Jimmy.
Yeah.
As the red-purple player, he's had no cards.
this
Like
2-drop.
usually you have
Yeah.
6 to 8 cards in hand, right?
Yeah.
And he missed a
You
2-drop
play
there.
Finders Keepers in there too, don't you? Yeah.
No, there's actually no Finders
Oh,
Keepers
I
in the
thought you were
deck.
playing one.
That was in case there was some discard here, and there wasn't much of it. So I think that Jimmy made a massive mistake questing and leaving the Chernobog up.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And I think that set him so far back in the game because guess what? That Smee gained 6 lore.
Yeah, you
before
could
it
have
got
took that
cleared.
out at the very first quest. That'd
Immediately.
have saved you 4 lore.
Yeah.
4 lore would have won him the game. Potentially.
I mean, especially there, he just, if you get to that turn, you're questing with Chernobog, popping it, drawing, and playing a B prep.
Yep.
That was tough.
That is a tough one.
I mean, that's the thing about red purple, and you know this very well. It's the same with blue red. Is like you could be down 17 to 3 and still win the game.
Yeah, just went out of
easily.
nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Done that a lot off of some Tamatoas.
Yeah.
Put them on a 1-turn clock.
Exactly.
If I untap this Tamatoa, you are dead, sir. Yep.
All right, so we're 35 minutes-ish into the round.
Yep.
It looks like we've got 20 left, and we're going to a game 3. We'll see if Jimmy can get a better opening, man, because his first 2 games were bad.
The purple mirrors are fun because they're really grindy. They're really back and forth.
Super grindy and super technical. I'd be interested to see what Jimmy's keeping and what he's sending back. It looks like he kept a rabbit and a Queen of Hearts, maybe? Tough to see, but gosh, that's... I mean, the thing is, rabbit is so big in this matchup, and there's 4 in the deck, so it's like... We haven't seen a single rabbit on Jimmy's side.
We're also not mulliganing very aggressively either. So, I think the mulligan process is super important and
huge.
I'll ship 6, 7 cards sometimes if I know I need a card to match up. I 100% like especially playing a lot of blue. A lot of times I need a turn 2 ramp spell. If I do not have it, I will ship everything.
Yeah.
Because odds are if I'm playing 8 of them, I'll see one in 14.
Mm-hmm. These have been good games, man. I think Jimmy was actually kind of lucky to get away with the win in game 1. It looked like it was going to go Brandon's way if he could just, find anything to stick on the board or whatever.
Yeah.
But I also think that Jimmy, again, is drawn really, really poorly. He's gotten kind of unlucky with his mulligans. So
Sure.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. I love it, man. I love the grind of the purple games.
Yeah, it looks good. And Brandon has a sweet sweater on, for sure. He's winning the wardrobe contest, for sure.
All right. We've got some 1-drops. We've got a couple 1-drops on Jimmy's side. So we'll see. Yeah, that's
There we go.
that's
Ain't that
smart.
castle.
Yep.
Yeah, play the
Yep.
Diablo.
Cool. Okay.
This is his first game on the play, too, right? Or
This
no?
he was on the play game 1.
I gotcha. You get Diablo, play
Play Diablo. Cool. So if you're Jimmy, you have 0 fears. Questing with the Diablo because there's nothing on turn 2 that can come down and clear that Diablo out of the way. Queen of Hearts, this is way better for him.
Much better start. Yeah, I'll do a water if you got one. Yeah,
I'm going to remind the players before the start of next game just to do their best to have it. No. But. All right, so we inked the snake, and we are picking the snake back up, which I wouldn't. If I'm Jimmy, I'm telling him that this thing is sitting in his inkwell, but I'm a stickler.
I'm too, dude. Especially when you're playing at, like, if you're playing
for
casual.
prizes here, man.
Yeah,
You're playing for multiple $100 prizes here,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah. So,
It's probably the right play anyway. I don't know what else you would have to ink, but I do like getting the SME down here.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I agree with you. Like, and sometimes people get upset if you don't let them take stuff back. It's like, you know, I think it's all about how you present it. Like, hey man, I'm sorry, we're just, you know, we're in a feature match of a set championship. We'd like to, you know, keep it a little bit more competitive.
All right, so we've got an ink, quest, and pass, and the reason for that is because Jimmy has 2 Tremaines and 2 rabbits in his hand right now. So honestly, I don't hate it because next turn you're drawing. If you need to find ink, if you don't find ink, you're in a terrible spot.
Yeah.
But if you find ink, you're fine. You
Yeah,
got the
that rabbit will come
you're
down.
gonna draw a bunch of cards.
You're probably gonna run that Diablo into something if you don't have ink, right?
Do we choose the 100%. If he quests, I mean, we'll see what he does here, but
I think there's no reason not to quest with the SME. We're gonna leave him standing. Okay.
and Jimmy does not. I can't see what he's got, but it does. He doesn't draw ink.
Passes.
Oh my
Ooh.
God! See, that's
Oh, that's tough. That is brutal. But on the bright side, Brandon really didn't do anything last turn other than play that Cobra.
So now if you're Jimmy, you're thinking I'm just a turn behind.
Yep.
Okay, I'm a turn behind. I'm not.
If I'm
not.
Brandon, I'm just questing here, right? You saw he missed ink. I'm pedal to the metal here.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a crab or something in hand, you clear that Diablo with the Diablo, and then you quest with the.
I don't even think I cleared. I make him run into me because he's gonna.
It's me, Helga. We're
Nope.
kind of off to the races here. Gosh.
We're not
This
not
is
questing
bad
with
for
Diablo
Jimmy.
here. I don't understand that. Oh.
Oh my God, he drew another
Let's
uninkable.
do this one. Cool. Thank you.
Wow, Jimmy drew another uninkable. Thank you.
All right, now we're back in business. But that's a hell of a board over there for Brandon.
Dude, we're not back in business. This is getting ugly, and this is getting ugly quick.
He's
So
got to get the 7. He's got to live long enough to get the 7 and be prepped.
Oh,
That ain't gonna help.
oh, what a brutal start
He's
for
only
Jimmy,
at
man.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, well, 9 more, yeah.
All right, so
this is brutal.
we've got a Maui in hand. Okay.
So we can come in, take
We
a
need to
SME
take
out,
the SME out with one of the rabbits.
take both SMEs out.
Oh, he
probably.
inks. He inks
and
Maui.
Maui. You got 2
He's gotta
Mauis?
play. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have inked them out. I mean, unless that was our only chance.
I would have drawn the card off Rabbit first.
I would have crashed into SME.
Right. He's at 10 lore.
He's got to crash into SME.
Yep. Yeah, I think he's trying to decide whether he wants to kill the Diablo. Oh, he kills a Cobra. Oh, no. I don't like that. Especially because it put 4 damage on your Maui. So now your Helga could go and kill that Maui. Ooh.
He's got Medusa. He doesn't have a B prep in hand. He's at 5 ink, and Nick is Brandon is at 10 lore, 12, 13, 14, 15
Yeah, Brandon
lore.
just pedal to the metal right here.
This game is over, man.
Yeah, 16 with the goat when it's gone. If he doesn't bounce it now.
Oh, man. That was brutal for Jimmy, man. I feel.
Oh,
16.
Yep, 16.
We've got 17 in hand.
Killed a Maui with a. Oh man.
Oh, when he passes, I don't like that.
I would have just killed a Maui with the Fox.
Because now he can clear the Helga for free.
Or the Diablo, either one. Probably Helga though. Yeah, we don't want to give him the card.
That's so. I feel for Jimmy there. Honestly, that's brutal.
And if he had kept that second Maui too, he could play a Maui and kill them both. That would have been better. Mm-hmm. He goes at 18 next turn. And he gets
18,
to keep
19.
both Mauis.
I mean,
too. Yeah. 18,
Best
19,
case. Yeah, this
20.
game's over.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
He needs a brawl.
Jimmy drew uninkables. He got the 3 ink and drew uninkables 3 turns in a row.
Yeah, he needs a brawl or something of that nature. Well, he has a Tremaine, right?
He has Medusa as well, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting to 18, 19 next turn no matter what. Tremaine, yeah, it just doesn't matter. I'm taking the
Sack
Diablo.
that Diablo,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah. That's not even a question.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy, man. 18, 19, game over. There's just, yeah.
Plus the goat.
Wow. I mean, you hate to see that. Like, we wanted to see a competitive game 3, and he just drew uninkables 3 turns in a row. So, it's, yeah. Okay. All right. GG's. Yeah, Brandon happy to shake the hand as quick as possible.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, and Jimmy's just showing him. He's like,
Hey, look at all these
4 turns in a
unenkables I
row.
have.
Yeah, 4 or 5 turns in a row. I drew unenkables.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's brutal. Brutal.
You maybe one of the turns where the first turn he turned that Smee sideways and he quested with the Diablo, knowing his hand was on a lot of unenkables. Maybe you run that in there just because you just.
Well,
that's the way you lose,
Brandon.
right?
Brandon actually was smart and left his cards up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know if he did that on purpose, knowing that Jimmy was probably like searching for cards, but
I think he was probably just trying to play away for the crab or whatever, play out of the crab or a fox or something because he didn't know that he didn't miss the ink you're at. Yeah.
honestly, in this matchup, like the mistake there is, like, on turn 2, do I even play the Queen of Hearts?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Like-
I've done that a couple times where I have like something in hand, like a sail or something.
You know that you have the rabbits that are going to draw you cards, and once those come down, you're fine. You're rolling, and the Tremaines later in the game. But God, that was so brutal for Jimmy.
Yeah, I get wanting to play it just because like Brandon was presenting a pretty strong opener, so you need to have like some board presence to help control it. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, Queen of Hearts is so funny because it's such a good card sometimes, but it can be tough. But seeing the Smee come down, having it turn sideways, like you could bash into that sucker, whatever, kill it, put 3 damage on it, kill something else. So.
Yeah.
They are ready for a
Ready? Oh yeah.
at table 1.
Forgot we do that. Perfect. All right.
You want to do an interview or no? Yeah. Cool. Let's do it.
Ask him where you got it.
Where'd you get your deck, dude?
What was I supposed to do?
That was brutal.
That was tough.
That was so brutal. I saw your hand at the beginning. We couldn't see we couldn't see his hand, but I saw your hand at the beginning. I'm like, this is 3 turns in a row on Ankables.
That was rough.
Okay.
All right.
What's up, man? All right,
All
we're
right.
here with Brandon, round 2. Purple Steel, we just won against Red Purple. How do we feel about the matchup?
I like it a lot. Like first game, I was playing. I should have quested with the goat instead of Texas Rain. It feels good. Let's go against Steel Song. Yeah, I hadn't played against Red Purple guys.
Yeah. So what was your round 1 matchup?
Steel Song.
Oh, okay. And you 2-0'd or cool. So you're playing a different version of it, right? There's no like friends. There's no the draw package is a little less, but the control package is a little more. Cool.
Just looking to grind out games.
Yeah, grind out the games to the late game. Your opponent got kind of stuck there, so that they were screwed after that. I mean, you went super wide, and they couldn't do anything about that, right? Those goats were huge for you to close out. How do you think Purple Steel is positioned right now?
I like it. I'm not sure it's the best thing right now, but
Yeah.
I love the color combination.
I saw some Helgas in your deck, which isn't something that you see all the time, which I actually am a big fan of that card, the Diablo Killer. So how's that been for you so far?
So far, I haven't really. So during Steel Song, it actually checked for like the first 5 turns of the game.
Yeah.
It just put a hell on turn 2 and we did nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, it takes the storm. It takes most of the strengths unless they have something big, and then you can clear like an aerial or something. So yeah, that's a cool tech. What are you 2 of in there? 3 of. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I like that. I played Jim Hawkins quite a bit. And he did a similar thing. You know, you just put them there on 2, and they don't turn anything sideways. It's just the threat of a 4/4 coming in and killing something.
Yeah.
You know, kept everybody honest.
So, is there any decks that you're kind of looking to avoid today, or what do you think? Blurple, yeah. I mean, their draw package is insane, right? So their card advantage is usually what clears you out there. But
yeah, you got to get underneath those type of decks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you have the ability to do with like going 1-drop into Smee, into Snake, pitch a card, into Rabbit or something like that, or Genie. That's a pretty strong opener, you know. So.
Have you played in any other set champs so far this set, or?
Played last week, yeah. Great Oaks.
At Great Oaks, okay, how'd that go?
I was playing Amber Amethyst and got smoked.
Oh, okay. And was it the aggro version or mid-rangey?
It was
or?
the aggro version.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, cool.
Who won that one? I did.
I did.
That's right. Yeah, that was something. Yeah. That was a good one.
Well,
I played
cool, man.
that blue-green deck. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for the interview. Good luck for the rest of the day.
Good luck, man. We're pulling for you.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, so let's talk about some stuff, man.
Yeah.
We've got so they announced they kind of give us information on Worlds and kind of how things were going there with Lorcana. How do you feel about the? Let's talk about the invite only first. What do you think about that?
I think it's probably. I think that it'll be done that way this year, but moving forward, I don't think that. I think it'll be open to the public eventually.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it was kind of one of those things where they were a bit ill prepared, and maybe they just didn't have the space or whatever it was that was required for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know a lot of people were pretty mad about that.
Well, I think one thing that happened with Lorcana that Ravensburg maybe wasn't really expecting is for their competitive scene to blow up like it did. I mean, when they first started doing these DLCs, they were getting 2,000 people and they were selling out in 5 minutes.
5 or 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you couldn't even get. I didn't go to any DLC because I couldn't get a ticket.
Yeah.
And so, so they weren't really ready for that, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that they have these, wow, we have a huge demand for competitive Lorcana. How are we going to do North Americans? How are we going to do Worlds and the European Championships? Then now they have this whole thing where they're catching up Japan and China and all these other places where the card game's just now getting released. Too.
Right.
So, so it's definitely an interesting dilemma I feel for Ravensburg. And the other whole no online client type of thing is pretty interesting, but
it's tough. I think that's something that they have to solve soon because it's such a good a gateway to the game.
Sure.
But,
teaches people how to play. I know with like Arena and Magic, Magic Gathering Online, like you become very well versed at the gameplay and the rules because you're playing on a client that makes sure that you are following the rules.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I know that Pixelborn, the original version of Pixelborn, it was so good at that, man. It wouldn't allow you to do stuff. It would tell you what you're doing wrong, basically, like your options here. So
yeah, I remember when I would play Magic Online, there would be like certain interactions would happen, and I knew it worked this way, but I couldn't explain how. But I was like, it works this way on Moto, so that's how I know.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's really good just to teach people how cards interact with each other, and you know, be able to get some reps, and maybe give people the tools to go to their locals or go to a competitive event and feel comfortable, you know, playing.
Yeah.
Because you know, if your playtest group is just a bunch of maybe casuals or people that aren't quite as good, then it's hard to get a little bit better.
Yeah,
so those usually bring out.
If you have the desire to be competitive. I know some people don't, but I know some people do.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do in Lorcana, and the community with it is super great. Like that's one thing I will say it's different with Lorcana than any other TCG I've ever played in is just the. In past TCGs, like the pro players were kind of like up here, and they, you know, and
look down,
and they look down a little bit. Yeah, and you don't get that in Lorcana. You get pro players that are encouraging the casual people or the less competitive people to come in and play, and it's exciting.
Why not? Why not grow the game? And I hope it stays like that too, man.
Yeah. They do the bounty things at some of the other events where like the world class cards players or Golden Mickey winners, the tournament organizer will put a bounty on them. So if you beat that player, you'll get like
a couple card packs or.
When I was in WCC, they did it was. If you beat a Golden Mickey player, you got 3 first chapter booster packs.
Oh, nice.
If you lost, you got 1.
So you left there with what, 6?
Well, 12, because if you beat 2 Golden Mickey, if you're a double Golden Mickey winner, they double the bounty.
Oh.
So I beat Zan and DKP, who both had double Golden Mickey winners. So
got 12 first chapter
12
packs.
first chapter, we were cracking them open. It was awesome, you know?
Yeah, that's cool.
But even if you lose to a good player like that, it doesn't feel so bad because you walked away with a $10 booster pack or whatever, you know, or a $15 booster pack. So,
circling back to Worlds, the format. They announced the format. The format's different. It's cool. So basically, what it is for those that don't know is you're looking at making 3 different decks using all 6 colors, and you have to. In one way or another, you have to play all 3 of them, right?
Well, you play kind of. So
your opponent gets to choose.
In Swiss, you pick. Yeah, you pick. I pick one that you bench, right? So I don't want to play. Let's say you're playing green steel discard, and I don't want to play against that. So I bench that. So you pick whichever one you want. And I pick, and you bench one of mine, and then we play, right? But in order to win the match, you have to win with both decks that you pick.
Right.
So.
It's blind.
For Worlds?
For the format, I believe it's blind pick.
No, it's you pick one where you bench. Yeah, you pick one where you bench. Yeah, so
I was blind.
no, I'm pretty sure. I didn't
you
double
choose.
check.
It is choose.
Yeah. So, and then the other thing is too is in, to my understanding, in the top cut, the way that they're going to do it is you have to win with all 3 decks.
Yeah.
So that's
the 5, right?
That's the 5.
Yeah.
Which is really neat. So we'll have some.
How do you feel about that? You think it's good for the game, or
I think it's great. I think it
forces players to be better?
Yeah.
In my opinion.
More well-rounded.
More
you know?
well-rounded.
You can't necessarily be a deck specialist. You know,
Yeah.
you see some guys that they just like DKP, for instance. I mean, not that he's not a great player, but he always plays blue-red. You know,
Always,
and
yeah.
it'd be
You know
really
what you're
cool
playing
to
against when you're playing him.
It'd be cool to watch him play green steel or
Yeah,
something, you know,
for sure.
or something
Yeah.
else. Like, okay, let's
Something
see.
different for
let's see
the
what you
audience,
got.
people that like follow this player and see if he can, you know, are you like, obviously he's a good pilot and a great player. but
Yeah,
it's
one of the
like-
best in the world.
Yeah, one of the best in the world. But it's like, okay, can we do something else? You know, so.
And it's fun. It's fun for I think even me as a player. Like I'm like, this format's really cool. Like I get to play. I'm gonna play against some decks. Play with some decks that I have never really got to play with before. You know, and,
Yeah,
and become proficient at them.
Yep.
So, and some of the private tournaments are doing that too. So World Class Cards for their event on the weekend of the 7th is going to be that same format, triple deck, all 6 ink color format.
Wow,
So,
that's cool.
Yeah, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, awesome, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
We got some.
Huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Jimmy's tearing it up a bit.
Oh yeah. Keep it going, man.
Yeah, let's roll.
Little Blurple player.
Dude, I really like Blurple recently. I think that new action is very good. The song.
Oh, 1 minute.
Yeah. You can play Bell, sing. Yeah, they quested the Daisy, kill the Daisy on turn 2. That feels pretty good. You know, because that's Blurple's biggest problem is it just loses to the aggro. So having a three ink song that you can sing on turn 2 with Bell can really change the game.
Cool. All right, I think they got 1 minute. We're gonna wrap this up here and head back, and we'll get into round 3.
Yep, let's do it.
Let's do it.
It was secretly choose.
Look it up.
What's that?
For the death ban, it's secret. You don't tell your opponent until you're answering.
Yep. Yeah. But you have to win with both decks, which is really cool. Oh yeah.
That was.
Because they don't untap if he doesn't. If he doesn't.
But it doesn't matter. He's still in the ball plus 2.
Cool. Turn your mic back on. Cool. Cool. All right, getting ready for the next round. Dawson's checking his phone. I know. That's the bad part about doing it out there is you get like people.
All right, cool. We are back in the booth looking at getting stuff set up. Sounds like Rachel's about to fire up round 3.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Air conditioner kicking back on at the perfect time.
We always like to hear that. Some nice wall art over there.
Yeah,
I
you like that?
I do. I like this little
The
Marshmallow
stuff-
Kingdom. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh, is that Mushroom Kingdom?
Yeah,
Okay.
Mushroom Kingdom. We got the turtles. We got Sinnoh from Pokemon.
Yeah, dude.
Just some, random gamer nerd stuff.
Yeah, dude. You gotta have good decor. Kind of dresses the basement up a little bit, you know?
Have to, man.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
white brick walls.
Yeah, man. And if you guys haven't been out to side quests or not, you need to come check it out. This is like one of the coolest local stores to play at. We really enjoy having all types of players, whether you're a competitive player or brand new to the game.
Yeah.
We really want to help you become better and learn and enjoy your gaming experience. So
We play Sundays at noon. That's when our locals for LoreCon, our local weekly play is at SideQuest, and you're gonna get a really, really good mix of like super competitive players, and then also just like casual players testing out decks. It's always a great time though.
Yeah.
Super good, family friendly like environment, but you're also gonna get a lot better playing here. So it's cool, and it's growing. I mean, we started off with just a couple. Usually, I mean, at the beginning it was just Aaron and I, but now it's a lot bigger.
yeah, for sure. I'm a little behind here. Oh no, this is live. All right, so it looks like we're pairing up the rounds.
Uh-oh, Bobby on table 2 means that he's 2-0.
Yep. Chris Kronenberg over there, table 3, probably 2-0. That's the one with the spicy red yellow songs list. Yep. I'd love to see him on stream.
We got Bobby playing Mike Jr. Oh, we got Mike C. Okay, we got the little father-son duo.
Yeah, father-son,
I'm excited. I'm
junior,
excited
senior.
to watch this here because we
Yeah.
got Senior on Blurple, which is a deck that's near and dear to my heart.
Which Junior playing? Blue,
Junior's on
Blue Red?
Amber Steel Song, actually.
Oh,
and
Steel Song,
And
okay.
Bobby is on Kiwi Birds, so we're going to see how that matchup goes.
Okay.
Typically, that is a horrible matchup for Steel Songs.
Gotcha. Are we keeping Brandon on camera again?
But wow, Brandon getting the double feature table.
Double feature. We'll be running it up here.
He said, what was the one deck that he said he wanted to avoid?
Blurple.
Yes, it
Yep,
was.
And now that's where we're at.
He spoke it into existence.
We get to see how he does against that. Yeah.
He spoke it into existence.
Do you know anything about Mike Senior's Blurple list here? Is it like anything special? Is he playing Jafar? Or is he
He's
playing?
got a couple of little spicy techs in it. He doesn't play Jafar now. So he's got stuff like he's running the Magicka Dispel that stops discard.
Yeah.
It's a 4-cost inkable card, so it's really good against the discard decks. I know he's teched it out with a couple ward characters as well for the Steel Song matchup, and which is typically a really bad matchup for Blurple, but he's 2-0 against Steel Song today, so that's what he said at least. So
Heck yeah. Have you seen in some set 8? I saw a deck list that was super cool. That played Merlin's Cottage, and it played the Merlin, the one-drop Merlin, where you name the top card of your library, and if you get it right, you get to put it in your inkwell.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, and then it also played the Bruno, which allowed you to draw the card if you name it or whatever.
and gain a couple lore, right?
And gain 2 lore, yeah. And so so you get to you know the card with the cottage. You're
Yeah.
also gaining information from knowing your opponent's cards. It's it's hard to kill the cottage. I mean, you could attack it, but but it's a pretty.
It's a 1-cost location, right?
One-cost location, yeah, and it provides you a lot of value. I mean, a lot of value off that. So, and to go turn 1 Merlin into turn 2 Cottage, Ink, you're all of a sudden on probably 4. I don't know if it comes in exert or not. I'd have to check. So you could be on 4, potentially 5 ink, turn 3.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
That's pretty strong.
That's really strong. All right, so purple steel again against the Blurple deck. Brandon won the die roll, so I'm assuming that he's going to choose to go first. I'm interested to see how this matchup goes. The Blurple deck typically has a good, really, really good matchup into any other purple deck, just because it can ramp and get to those, bigger, better cards earlier, and it also draws like insane, right?
Yeah, it seems like it just has better threats than you have,
Yeah,
That's just
exactly.
kind of like how it goes. Sometimes they play Gaston, which is a card I love, a 3 questing 4/4 that
lets
nets
you
a
dig.
card every time.
Yeah, for sure.
And so that's a card I think is really good. Also, probably my favorite, flavor text on a card, the Gaston, the intellectual powerhouse.
The intellectual powerhouse.
Yeah, him drawing a plan to kill the beast.
Yeah.
Gaston is like the smartest man alive or something.
So if we're the Blurple player, we're looking for the bell opener. Obviously, I mean that's super strong against the purple deck because there's nothing that they turn their whatever sideways, Chernobog, Broom, or Diablo, you can get rid of it.
Yeah, the only thing I'm keeping, I think also that's not Bell and Popsicle is a turn 2 ramp spell. I
sure.
really think I think that's the most important thing.
100%.
The games I lose with purple or with Blurple are the ones where I don't have a turn 2 ramp spell.
Yeah. I'm gonna go holler at Brandon real quick and I'll be back.
Sure. All right. And we have both blue sleeves. They look like the same color sleeves too. So, that is going to be fun. Hopefully we don't get any cards mixed up here. All right. So I see a Popsicle in Mike's hand. That looks good. It's definitely where you want to start. Oh, you're going to get some stuff so we can maybe see Brandon's hand. Still can't really see it that well, but a little bit better. So we should, maybe for future broadcasts, we'll try to put a little camera over their shoulder so we can see what cards they have. Still not great, but it's better.
Okay.
But we do have a turn 1 Popsicle for Mike. I don't know if we have Bell in hand.
Yeah, there it is.
There's a Bell in hand. Okay, so we're going to turn 1 Bell.
There goes the Magicka, not necessary in this matchup. Pop, draw.
Definitely a cool tech card.
Oh, he's got the friends too, man. What a just super.
Is he not playing the Bell?
Oh, maybe
it's not.
Maybe I was wrong. If he had the bell and he didn't play it. It is a. Oh no, it's a sail. Okay.
Which turn 2 Bell is probably fine too. If he draws it off the sail or something.
For sure.
Or off the top. There's actually got two more cards to see. Maybe see Bell. My question is, if you do have the Bell, do you like?
Okay, you love if you're the Blurple player, you love him taking cards off the table.
Correct. Yeah, especially for a 3/3 that you're really not worried about too much. I could see that play if the Bell was out, maybe, because you want to make sure the Bell doesn't live. But
yeah. All right, so we're just kind of deciding what to ink here. He's going to go with the Let It Go. It's got to be either Sail or Tipo here, and I don't see a Tipo in the hand.
Yeah, definitely Sail.
Sail, draw.
If the Diablo is out, I kind of like the Tipo, but Sail is, I think, better.
And it looks like he drew into it was either a Tipo or a Bell. It's a Tipo.
I like getting the Tipo there too.
And a pass. All right, that's fine.
Yep. Progressive ink. We're only looking at a 3/3, 1 Quester and the Madam Mim, so not really putting on too much pressure over here on Brandon's side.
You've now gained ink advantage, even though you're going second. Super, super powerful for the Blurple player. He does have. You can see he's got Genie in hand. We've got a couple options here. If we're Brandon, we can go with the Pete. It looks like he's got in hand.
I don't.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's the ward that he's got. Mike is running the Cloud Kicker shift line.
That's right.
Which
I did see him playing that last.
It's interesting because Steel Songs can do absolutely nothing against it, right?
Yeah.
Which is typically a bad matchup for you.
Yeah, that is interesting. And it's a
He's
heavy. I mean, you
going
quest
with-
a lot.
Yeah. Okay, we're going with Cobra, and we're dumping. There you go, restoring the
Yeah.
crown. Okay.
Yeah, get rid
so
of that
that's
card.
smart. Gain 2 lore. Up to 4-0. This is Genie turn. We drew the bell there. It's the big bell, though. The
5-drop
shift.
bell,
Yeah,
yeah.
the mystic.
That's a nice one. Actually, he's got a rabbit too, doesn't he, or just a genie?
I think he's got both.
I think I play the rabbit.
Yeah, you play the rabbit. That's hard because if he plays, no, I think you play the genie. Just because if he plays genie next turn, and then you can Elsa that down and take it out immediately.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. You can, or you can.
You're ahead of him on ink now, right?
Also, the genie will hold more damage for the bell, so you can also potentially go genie
100%.
and then attack into something.
You
and
could
then,
run it into the snake and then dump it all into something else.
yeah, back into the snake, whatever, and then now you have an invasive thing they can't swing back at.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're doing fine here. We'll see. It looks like he's got a few bounce options in his hand.
And the other thing too is like no one's really scared of that genie. Not that they're super scared of the rabbit either, but so I'm sure he has no problem turning both creatures sideways here.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there you go. Bing, bing. Up to 6.
It looks like we have a fox. We have, let's see here.
Fox, I think that's a snake and a Diablo in hand, I see.
Yeah, we got some new people in our chat too, which is cool.
Yeah. Drew's in there. What's up, Drew?
Yo.
And Proustis 1991. What's going on?
90s baby. I love that.
90s, baby, man. I'm a 1991 guy. What are you?
89.
89.
Cut tail end of the 80s.
Shoot.
Cup of coffee in the 80s, man. Yeah. It was great, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I remember the 80s.
I loved it, yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot. No, yeah, growing up in the 90s was the best time. I tell
Yeah,
you what.
oh, it was awesome.
Enough technology for it to be fun, but not too much where it takes over your life.
It was like all consuming.
Yeah.
He does not have a great play here, man. Diablo and bounce. What's he gonna bounce? The Cobra?
I don't hate bouncing the Cobra here, or even just picking the snake up to bounce something else later.
Yeah. Gosh.
I like picking up the snake because if he wants to attack with the genie, he has to attack the Cobra, which is going to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll take away the bell play.
But he chooses to pick up the Diablo nonetheless, and we're moving on. He picked up another bell. So I think that the play here is just kind of crash into the snake and then give the damage to the fox and just like do your best to control the board.
Yep.
It doesn't do anything obviously to the snake. It'll just leave the Cobra and the snake up, but I think that's got to be our best option, right?
Yeah, or
I can't really exactly see what else is in hand. It would have been nice to, yeah, that's fine. I mean, you have so many cards in hand already. Yep, it looks like that's kind of what he's gonna go with.
bell's coming down and he's just gonna kill the fox.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a 4/4.
Yep, and then move that to the fox. And you got a 4/4 on the board, and you've got your genie still up too with. Yeah, it's got to be.
And you got damage on that.
Yeah, damage
snake
on the snake that you can clear it with the genie next turn, and you're doing your job, which is control the board.
Yep.
Just like red purple until the later game. The only difference is red purple has the he's got another bounce. Okay, genie.
Yeah, if he picks up that Madam Mim there instead of the Diablo, that prevents that play, which is nice.
He's got a Zeus in hand, but he doesn't have anything that can sing it this turn.
No, yeah, that's one that you're just gonna have to run out there with Genie next turn maybe, or hard cast it.
Yeah, if the Genie lives, which if you're Mike on the left here,
he's got a Singer for Let It Go if he has one of those. He's got.
Yeah. You gotta get rid of that. And honestly, if I was Mike, I would have done my best to hold on to that, let it go as long as possible, man, because that card is so powerful in this matchup.
Yeah, we do have a Friends, which is nice.
We've got a Friends, we've got a Rabbit, so we can maybe draw into something else, but we'll see. I don't think he plays any 6-cost characters. Okay, he drew a Crab.
No 6-cost characters in the Blurple deck?
Not that I know of. Really, your only option there is going to be Gaston.
Gaston,
and that's more of a tech.
That's fair.
We'll see. We'll see what he.
Yeah, sometimes I'll play Tam 6 too.
Yeah, that's true. That was for This is, I think, more of a low to the ground option.
Yeah. Here. We got Peter Pan. Interesting.
Okay.
What evasives do we have other than Genie? Iago, maybe? You're probably playing
You've
Iago,
got
right?
Elsa, which already has Rush.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's. You got to sing Friends here with something.
Yeah, I think the Genie. I just turn the Genie sideways.
Yeah,
Sing Friends,
turn
'cause
the
that
Genie
protects
sideways.
it.
Yeah, I mean that gives you the option to draw into a Let It Go, so you can kind of dump their Genie as well.
Mm-hmm. Which,
And you still have an ink this turn, right?
Yeah.
So I know he's got a crab in hand that could come down.
I like singing the Friends first before I play that Peter Pan because there might be something
better
to be doing with 5/6/6 ink.
Yeah.
You could essentially hardcast it.
Ink in the crab. I wonder if he's just planning on hard casting the Friends. No, he's got another crab in hand. Yep, another crab. Okay, we're just going a little bit wider. Does nothing. Quest for 4, which is also a fine option.
Yeah, we're even up the lore count. Force him to have to throw his board away at your board.
Yeah,
and you're just getting wide a little bit, you know?
The thing is, we know that he can run the Cobra into Bell, and he's got a Zeus in hand.
Yeah.
So, like, does the Zeus come down with the Genie singing it, or do we just...
I think I sing it on the other Genie. Actually, I probably...
Hardcast? No, we're going to sing it. Yep, that's
sing it on the
a good
Genie.
option.
Yep. Trade with the Bell.
Trade with the Bell. Do your job to control. Can't quest here, obviously.
The only bad part about this is it opens them up to Elsa or Genie, and with Peter Pan coming in and killing that other Genie.
So we've got a Diablo and a snake, and he's going to bounce the Genie. It's got to be.
Yeah, or the other snake, but he should have quested first.
There's no way. He's.
What did he bounce something? Did we not bounce something off that snake?
We're gonna have to pause that or possibly rewind because that's a game state mess up. We gotta.
Yeah.
You didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything bounce, but yeah, maybe we want to check that. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna check that.
Diablo. Play Diablo, play Mid, play
Diablo. Okay, just making sure.
Oh, bounce Diablo, play Diablo. Okay, good.
The camera doesn't understand.
Gotcha. Bounce Diablo, play Diablo.
Play Diablo.
They probably just shortcutted it. So
Yep, they
it
just
didn't come back
shortcutted
to the hand. Yeah.
We can't hear their audio out there, so we don't know what they got going on.
We could have maybe were able to tell by the amount of ink that he tapped, but
still, I mean, yeah.
But
they're doing it so quickly.
Yeah. So Crab, come down, pumped the Peter Pan, took out the Genie, and then another Bell to move all that damage.
Wow.
So that was a pretty strong play, and then we have Bell come down.
There you go.
And he still has a Friends in hand, I think, right?
He just sang it actually with the Peter Pan, I believe, or the crab.
Oh, with the crab.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have had to been the crab.
I don't think he's inked for turn. Maybe he has.
Or no, that's what it was. It was attack with Pan, and then Bell move the damage back to the Genie.
See,
Happens.
I don't love that. I think that the best play there is for him to just sack the crab on the snake, run the Pan into the Genie, and then use the Bell, move the damage onto the Diablo, and just control the board even more.
Control the board even more. Yeah, I like that play too.
All right, so it's 4-7. As the Blurple player, you've got 3 cards in hand, I believe, and your opponent has 2. You're in a. And you're about to get 7 ink, which is like Hades range. You've got Rabbit in hand. You're cooking, man.
Yeah.
Looks like we've got a Genie and a Rabbit actually, so
even better.
Probably best to play the Genie. Yep. Draw, and there's your Hades. We can ink a card. It's gonna be the Magica.
Yeah, Magica. Yeah, you know that card's not gonna.
No, it's pointless in this matchup. If I am Mike, I'm questing away.
Yes.
Turn them all.
Yeah, the only thing you can
Can't
run
get rid of-
into is the bell.
Yeah.
Or the bells, but which is fine. You can trade a bell for.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario is he's got a fox or a
rabbit.
crab that can
Crab, yeah, fox.
chuck the Diablo into the bell or something, but
Your
even that is
strength.
fine.
Strength is nice here. You can play a character and then kill the genie.
Yeah, yep, gotta kill the genie, right?
Yeah, you don't necessarily even have to sing it. You can just play a character and hard cast it against a genie, and then come in with a fox to one of the bells, maybe.
Yeah, we're at an interesting spot, honestly. This is, it's getting away from Brandon. The game is getting away from Brandon. Mike has 2 or 3 characters that are more powerful than every character that Brandon's got on the board, so it's got to change here soon.
No actions.
That's fine.
Now, I think he's trying to decide if he wants to kill the genie or the bell.
It's got to be the genie, right? You have no other answer for it. It's got to be genie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be genie. I mean, the worst case scenario is you run a couple people into the bell. How do you feel about that play?
I don't love it. I think I'd let him attack into my Diablo, because he's not going to really play anything but another 1-drop this turn. So unless he's looking for a 2-drop song, which doesn't really exist in that color combination.
Quest here is asking for a board wipe.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Oh, he takes into the bell. Okay. You're still asking for a board wipe, but that's. This is the turn where things kind of shift. Mike can go bell into rabbit, and then Hades.
Yeah.
And then you have 3 characters on the board to their none, and your characters have so much willpower that.
Yeah, the Hades is like impossible for them to deal with.
Hades into Pete.
I honestly wouldn't mind taking the rabbit out there, just so they can't play it and bounce it.
Well, you're gonna run bell into it.
Oh, fair.
That's got to be your option,
Yeah,
right?
fair.
Just.
It's questing.
Yeah, I don't like that. Just starve him of card draw,
Yeah.
basically. That's your. I mean, it's not terrible.
I guess he might have to run it into the bell himself.
Mm-hmm.
Or he needs a card, or just take his one.
I mean, any character out there for purple decks is dangerous because they can bounce.
Yep. See, that's what I'm afraid to have happen right
Yeah. He can draw, he can ink, he drew a
replay it.
strength. He's got to ink the goat, it looks like, probably.
He's got a goat, he's got a...
Yeah, ink the goat, replay the rabbit.
Those hands right there.
Yeah, so Mike effectively gave him 2 more cards by... Yeah, by not.
Yeah. Well, if he sacks, he gains 1, so he effectively gave him 1 more card at least.
But he's got 1 waiting on the board still.
Exactly.
For when he does attack into it, so... You know, one in layaway.
You sack there. I mean, the best thing that Brandon can do is play the goat and bounce the goat, and then all he's got is snake on the board, right?
Yeah.
Instead of drawing a bunch of cards. I mean, you know, this is all to say that Mike is running away with the game, anyways.
Yeah.
It's probably over in 2 turns.
We have 3 cards in hand.
A fox and a strength.
That Hades is going to be miserable to get off the board.
It's going to take 2 characters, right? And it's got three strengths, so it's like everything that you're putting out there is just dying.
Yeah, we need like a crab or something to take it out
Genie.
in 1 hit.
Yep. Draw, ink a card, play rabbit, just keep the draw going. Quest for 5 up to 16.
Yeah, just keep his hand full and more characters on the board. Put some singers down.
And I mean, if he inks and plays rabbit here and turns everything sideways, the game's over.
Yeah, we're at 11. We go to 12, 13, 14, 15 more.
Mind you, this is the...
Or goat. If he has a goat too, goat wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I'm just going rabbit. Just keep drawing. Mind you, this is the Blurple deck going second, so...
Yeah.
We've got 5 lore.
Go to 16. All right, so we're presenting lethal next turn. And we have an evasive character, we have a couple evasive characters in play.
It's me, he drew, he's just got no answers, man.
Yeah, the strength could be good. We need to go like
play the Smee.
Crab and buff the fox, attack into the Hades. Sing strength or play hard cast strength maybe. Yeah, this is not looking good.
It's got to be. Oh yeah, I mean the Peter Pan's evasive. You got 2 evasives out there. It just doesn't matter. Yeah, scoop it. Yeah, that's. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. There's not really a world where you're coming back out.
Nope.
Especially at 8 lore. When that feels like you got $1 million to gain.
All right, let's check on chat. How we doing?
Yeah, let's see. Great place to hang out. They're talking about side quests here, which is awesome. We had some Drew with the side quest emojis, which is sweet. Love to see that.
Love to see Drew, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a guy.
What a guy, dude. He really takes care of all of his employees and customers and us, you know, as team members and stuff. So I can't say enough about all the good stuff that he does. If you haven't come in to meet him and stuff, you should really take an afternoon and swing by and chit chat with him and check out his wares.
Yep.
So,
bringing a wig for his big old bald head.
yeah, he could use it. So yeah. Mike Senior is playing with my favorite mat though. I love that Tinkerbell mat.
That mat's cool.
One of my favorites. For sure.
I'm still like super biased to the Stitch Rockstar original.
Yeah.
The first set champ mat.
Champion or non-champion mat?
I only have the second place. Jimmy kicked my ass. I was 1 week into the game and I was playing Steel Songs. He was playing that set 3 or whatever set it was, red purple deck, which was just like unbeatable.
Yeah. That's funny. And he always makes sure he lets everybody know that.
Yeah, he does too. Which match you got, Josh? I'm like, all right, dude.
That's funny. Yeah, no.
Even after winning 4 Scar mats last set, I'm still getting trash talked.
Yeah. You know what's funny is now the second place mat's worth like $50 more than the champion mat. So.
Yeah. Nobody wants the mat that has the words on it.
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
All right, so we can see the opener or the opening hand from Mike here. He kept the bell, the item line, and that's it. He's got 1 card that he kept. He sent 6 back. If I'm him, honestly, that's probably the route I'm going because you need to find ramp.
Yep.
And hopefully a popsicle. Popsicle and friends.
Yeah. Popsicle is an ideal card to keep there too because it's still good if you don't get the bell.
Yeah. All he did keep was the bell. So we'll see if he got onto the popsicle.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't see Brandon's mulligan.
Let's see here. What do we think?
Players going in for a cut. We see those Hero Hamada promos in the bottom section of the camera angle there.
Those are participation ones?
Those are the participation ones, yep. Oh, we do have the, okay.
We've got Oh, we got friends too.
We've got Popsicle, Bell, and friends in hand.
You gotta feel good about that.
He's got the Kit Cloud Kicker too, man. I don't know about that card.
I think you gotta hate that, just because the other line is so strong.
Yeah. He's got Rabbit too, so I mean I don't see any ramp, but you got like 4 opportunities to draw into it, so we'll see.
Yeah, because you're gonna play the Popsicle.
That's a mistake, I believe. I would ink the Kit.
Yeah, you need those Elsas for the Genie Wars.
100%. Hades, Chucker out there, and I wish he would have inked the Kit. It's just so unnecessary in this.
Yeah,
in
it's
this matchup.
It's not a matchup where it shines. That card's much better, like you said, into Steel Song.
Steel Song, yeah.
Or even into like Blue Red, where they can't target it for removal and they have to be-prep it.
Yeah. Another slow open for Brandon, man. It's just, that's not what you want to be doing as the purple steel guy. Like, ideally there.
One drop into one drop or something.
Yeah, that or like Smee is really good there. You want Smee.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
Sing Friends.
You obviously again
looking for a 2-drop.
Doesn't find it. He's got the Kit and the Shift.
Also another early ink there. I like waiting to ink, even if that's the card that you're going to ink. You're giving more information to your opponent.
1000%.
So, so try to maybe keep that in mind as you guys are playing. You know, wait till you're ready to use the ink. To ink the card.
Yeah, always find out as much information about your hand as you can before inking. Like, that didn't do him any good before singing the friends. Always. He's got Fox in hand. I'm not sure what he's trying to do with that.
Yeah.
This isn't a terrible opportunity, I guess, to get the Kit out there. He's double ink.
What?
Yeah, he's not allowed to do that. No, definitely can't do that.
All right.
I'm gonna have to bounce out there.
Yeah. You want to do that real quick?
Yes.
There was no ramp stall there, and Brandon did go first. Oh. All right, so we're gonna correct the game state. Yep, so it looks like we're just gonna adjust it. So. Get that all fixed up. That kit costs 1, correct?
It costs 1, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Mike is known around here as a cheater. So no, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. He's a good guy. He said, oh no, I played the sale, and then he looked. He's like, oh, I didn't play sale. So yeah, all good.
It's funny because Popsicle and Sale you both draw a card off of, so it's easy to see how like, oh yeah, I drew the card, I should ink it.
And even as the purple steel player, it's like, oh, he's playing blue. He definitely ramped on turn 2, obviously, you know. So, but no, that's wasn't the case. So
it's
all
a little bit stronger for Brandon here. Take out the bell. You have a Smee and a broom here. We can.
There's your ramp. Unfortunately, a little bit late. So, yeah.
I still might play it here.
I wonder if he's got the. If I'm him and I have the shift line, which I think that he does.
He's gonna shift it and quest maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't quest. I would probably just leave it up because then you can challenge into the Smee next turn and take it out.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
As opposed to losing it to a fox or something.
Yes, exactly. It looks like he's going with the Tipo. He's dumping a card.
I don't hate that. Like it kind of gets some cards. You get your ink progressed. You can get to that 5 drop a little bit sooner.
And if you got an ink problem, obviously we got to get rid of that uninkable count.
Thinking what he wants to do. Now he can ink still because he has not inked for turn yet.
Yep, but he can't play anything. He still can ink for turn too, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he can ink for turn. We probably messed him up for the last one.
I know,
So he's
right?
afraid to ink now, yeah.
So he can ink a card, and he either has the shift line or I think he's got another 1-drop kit in his hand. But you have to ink, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta keep building your ink well.
Correct. Especially because I think he's got Rabbit or something too. So I mean, he's gonna draw some cards. Yeah, this is what he's thinking about.
It's another small kit.
Yeah, that's fine. That's an easy card to ink.
Okay. And we're passing. It's your only option.
What's the stats on the small?
It's a 0-1.
0-1. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Ward or something? Or?
Warded, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of tossed around that card in my head too at the beginning of the set, but it's just, the big shift is a 2-5.
Yeah. And
it shifts for 3, which is just not.
Yeah.
It's not great, but.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Yeah, you gotta sink a couple characters into it to kill it, I guess. But you're down 2 cards essentially to get that out on turn 3. You might be able to gain maybe 6 lore off of it before it dies, but
yeah. I mean, questing for 3 is not nothing, right?
That's a thing.
It can close the game out.
Yeah.
It's against Steel Song, if you hit the 16, 17 and you play that card, there's literally nothing they can do about it, and you just win.
Yeah.
So,
they have to like jam a Lawrence into it or something.
Yeah.
And something else.
Oh, okay.
Would feel good to go Lawrence Daisy into it and then play Rapunzel draw.
Oh yeah. That's true. I wonder. There's no reason not to quest.
Yeah, he's gonna probably quest. I'm surprised actually that the broom didn't quest and draw. But maybe maybe he leaves it up because he doesn't know about the shift line.
Wow, man, these people are way nicer than I am.
Yeah. Let's see here.
All right, so we've got a draw to let it go. It's obviously got to be Rabbit this turn.
Oh, what if he had is it a big shift? He could shift, big shift, and let it go?
He does not have the shift line.
Okay.
Yeah, Rabbit, draw,
figure out what we want to
Fox. I think that you ink, it looks like there's a Mystic. No, okay. He's gonna ink the Fox, which I don't particularly agree with, just because, I'm bouncing that Rabbit a million times this game.
Yeah, you can bounce that Rabbit. You could bounce T-Bone and ink it if you wanted to, so you can keep the ink going. But yeah, I do like playing the crab and bounce or the fox and bounce the rabbit, keeping your can full.
All right, so we end up questing for 2, which
that feels kind of bad. Like I almost attack here if I'm
100%. I'm running both things in.
Yeah,
and
maybe
taking the damage.
Yeah, maybe. And if he has a fox, he can quest with the goat, run, bounce the goat, attack. And
I think it's better to bounce the Smee. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah, because you can ink this turn and replay it. Yeah,
you could do that. Yeah, you could attack with both.
I mean, at this point, you're not pushing for lore, right? You're just trying to control the board.
Yeah. You could. No, what you could do is you could attack with the goat to the Tipo.
Attack
quest with the Smee, bounce the Smee, run fox into the kit, you know, or vice versa.
We're choosing the Pete line instead. And
so it'll protect him from that let it go next turn.
Decide if we want to quest out, which we are. Yeah.
No, we're attacking.
We're attacking Tipo or attacking Kit. So it's got to be the other way around, right? Yeah, that's
silly.
That's not the way to do it, but that's okay. We choose to.
I guess like
2 damage onto Smee. He's
either one dies from to the Merlin next turn, so to the rabbit.
Yeah, I guess you're protecting.
So you keep 1 extra damage off your goat. Because otherwise you could trade the rabbit for the goat if he wants to.
Yeah, so we have a couple options here. Do we play rabbit and draw another card, hopefully draw into some kind of bounce package, or do we get that bell down that can sing the Let It Go the next turn? Probably the bell.
Yeah. Well, you can shift bell next turn if you want.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, so it's got to be rabbit then.
And you can attack into something maybe, or no? Yeah, you probably.
Me? Yeah, I mean, it prevents the bounce, I guess, but I'm drawing first. I'm playing rabbit and drawing first.
Yeah, for sure. Well, if that's gonna die, maybe I just take that card and then I can play something for 5. Maybe you draw. What do you draw? Elsa, I guess.
Yeah, nah. No. I'm drawing. You're fine. The score is what? It's 3-2. Like the game's so within reach. Yeah. I'm keeping that on the board.
But you could potentially draw friends. Or
Mike chooses to draw. He drew a friends.
Yeah.
Which
so yeah, if he plays a rabbit, he could have sang friends and passed.
So he can play rabbit here for 4. Yeah, and he could have sang that friends with the other rabbit.
Yeah.
Because now he has to ink. Yeah. So it was definitely rabbit first, but that's okay. Looks like we're going to ink the. It's either a Let It Go or a big Kit Cloud Kicker. I think it's the big Kit Cloud Kicker. He's looking at.
Ooh, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm keeping the friends in hand.
Yeah,
your whole game is card advantage as a Blurple player. Yeah. I would literally
especially with no
anything.
Bounce or anything like that to bounce the rabbit back. Like you just have. Does he have a second friends or no?
Nope. He's got a fox.
He does have a fox, so I guess that's okay, but
it's not. Yeah, I mean, but dude, sing friends with Bell
for free.
Quest with the rabbit, bounce the rabbit, replay the rabbit. You got 4 more cards in your hand all of a sudden.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely like the singing of the friends first, and then maybe you have like a card that does nothing that you can ink once you sing that friends with that rabbit and play the second rabbit. Like you probably draw one of those. The ducks that don't let you discard type of thing.
There's a Pete. Nonetheless, I think that our best course of action. He couldn't sing the friends last turn because of the Pete. But anyways, our best course of action is. But it did. You should still have it in your hand.
Sure.
I think our best course of action as any lore counter player is always draw first before you make any decisions. Draw, and then decide. Right? So we're fine. It's 3-5. He drew another bell. Man, how many of those bells is he playing?
Quite a few, it looks like.
So
he can tap something out with Elsa if he wants.
Yeah. I think our best option is just quest with rabbit and bounce it and just keep drawing because he just played that P, right?
So one thing Mike does is he moves all his ink over to one side based on how much he's going to pay for something, and then he thinks about it. So I don't know if I like that because it telegraphs what you are going to play.
If you don't end up choosing that line.
Yeah, you might change your mind and say, oh man, oh wait, let's do this instead. Yeah. Put 2 onto it there. I think he wants the damage on the, or 3 on the, so he can play the bell the following turn.
I get his thinking there, and then he's just gonna sack the rabbit.
Yeah, sack the rabbit into it, draw a card. Ink a Tipo here.
I mean, look, we're being critical, but also we don't know what he's thinking as far as his play lines are. So that's all.
Yeah, I like questing with the bell here too. Like let him run something into it. I don't really care if they trade.
You're opening yourself up here, though. The problem is like putting that damage on Elsa for nothing, basically.
Why and we're gonna play Tipo.
We're gonna play Tipo.
We don't have enough card economy to do that, I don't think.
So it looks like he's just kind of setting up for that bell shift. He can shift and sing Let It Go in the same turn and take out 2 characters, but the problem is you're setting yourself up for a strength, right? Or a Zeus. Like if Goat sings Zeus onto Elsa here, that thwarted your entire plan.
Yeah, and I really just don't like because you can shift Bell next turn, move that. I'm fine with the Elsa play, which like you said, I don't love it, but I would have rather just run the Bell and kept the rabbit so I could bounce that with that Foxy just inked to keep my hand full. Because that's the biggest thing right now is like.
I would have tapped down the Goat. It's really the only threat right now because it can sing Zeus.
Yeah.
It can get bounced for lore, right? So I'm taking the Goat out. But again, we don't know Mike's thought process, so I think we're being. Okay, we go Genie. There is a Zeus in hand, so it's got to be.
Yeah, he probably sings Zeus with the Goat, plays a Smee in his hand, and
not singing the Zeus would be.
The bell.
Does he have another? I think it looks like it's restoring the crown as his other card in hand. Not playing the Zeus would be a colossal mistake here because you're setting yourself up to just get crushed by a bell shift.
Okay, so I don't think he has enough to be able to ink and play Smee though. That's the only bad part. But
which is fine. I think you Zeus the Elsa and then you run Pete into the bell, and then you've got Genie. Yeah, you've got Genie and Goat on board, and he's got Tipo. So. I think that's the play line. If he chooses to do nothing, he's gonna have a little rough next turn.
He's gonna have a hard time coming back.
Yeah, he's gonna get the shift line onto the bell. The damage is gonna get moved probably to the Goat, and then that shift bell or the Elsa is gonna get is gonna be able to sing Let It Go.
Sure. Yeah.
That sing the Zeus. Well, that takes away the shift line, but still
he gets just hard cast it.
Well, he doesn't even need to because Elsa can sing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this is gonna be this is gonna be a board clearing turn here. Mike was hoping that nothing happened to that.
You drew a crab too.
I'm surprised.
Great with that Tipo later.
4 sets ago when we were just red purple.
As long as he doesn't ink.
There goes the 5 ink. Shift.
Yeah,
Goodbye to Goat.
Yeah.
Let It Go with the Elsa. Quest for 1 with the Tipo. Control the entire game.
Let's see here. We're gonna make that play with the.
Gotta be.
Yep, there it is.
Yep. So, it's just a big mistake from Brandon there. Obviously, we can see the hand. It's easier for us to kind of make that decision. But anytime he's playing Bell, he played it 3 times last game. So anytime you see that, you have to.
Here's a situation too where
you have to get rid of the damage counters, right?
Yeah, where Mike's inking just to ink, like that crab is much more valuable in his hand than it is in an ink well. And 1 card, you know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna draw where you need 8 ink unless he plays big Elsa? But he could shift that. Well, he was able to shift that before he hard casted that Zeus.
Yeah, I think that, and the thing is, he's inking so many of his draw mechanics that it's like.
Yeah. Well, he drew another one, so it didn't punish him too bad.
Rabbit, draw. Bell.
Let's see here.
A lot of bounce in his inkwell too.
Yeah. So we got Bell, Archazia.
And he's got the another shift line Bell in his hand.
Yeah. Now he's turning up the gas a little bit.
Yep. I mean, he's gonna end up winning anyways. That was just a bit of a mistake out of out of
Yeah,
Brandon there,
not
to
Zeusing.
not
This was a
Zeusing.
big
That also
player.
was because all he would have had on the board was Tipo there,
Yeah.
and the game would have been under his control.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's easy for us to kind of make those decisions knowing what my opponent has in hand.
Yeah.
But you got to assume, right? You're always thinking of the worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what Brandon's going to draw to get him out of this situation. He just needs a million cards.
I mean, the best thing that he could do is get like a rabbit bounce, right, and just and start to refill his hand.
If that's your plan,
6
though.
cost kit, so we got
now we got a clock.
untouchable 3 lore on board. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm questing away.
Yeah,
4, 5, up to 12. So we're automatically at 15. There's nothing we can do about that. Love the deliberation, how deliberate he was with the.
Yes, a lot of very intentional with those quests.
Yeah, we're in trouble here.
We're in deep. I wouldn't be surprised if Brandon just extends a handshake here because there's nothing really getting him out. There's no board reset or anything like that.
You can clear the Tipo and the rabbit.
Imagine a grab your swords here.
Oh my god.
That'd be so good. If I was Mike, I would have a heart attack.
I think the problem is that he's had freaking restoring the crown in his hand, which I guess can exert the kit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a Zeus.
He does have a Zeus.
Zeus, clear the bell. Man, but you're just wiping your board.
But getting that 4/4 off of there is good.
He's got a
You might even have to kill the Tipo with your.
He's got Jafar and bell. Yep. No. Bummer. It's just over.
Yeah.
There's just too much. 1, 2, 3, 15, 18 with another card in hand for Mike.
And he's already tapped 4 ink over here on Brandon's side,
Yeah.
so there's not a whole lot more we can play.
Nope. We're being pretty critical here just because we can see everything and we're thinking through lines and whatnot. But Mike did what he had to do to win this match.
Yeah.
And he's moving to 3-0, so good on him.
Yep, he should be able to double draw into top 8. So it'll be a nice little run for the Blurple player.
Yep, for sure. Brandon's gonna obviously think everything through, and we don't fault him for that. That's what you got to do as a player. Maybe, I mean, you
He's
could
got a
sack
Cobra in hand?
Yeah, he's got a Cobra, which you got to sack the Chernobog, I think, maybe, and just draw a card that you can ink to play the Cobra, just to get a body down.
Either that, or you can, I mean, you could run into the Tipo just to take the lore out. But
God, that feels so bad.
That does feel bad. I don't like that play either. You could actually just leave it standing too, so you can take out the kit with it. Or no, kit's 2/8, right?
Oh man, he takes out the Tipo 2/5. Yeah.
Yeah, 2/5. Yeah.
15. There's another kit in hand.
Yeah. Oof.
3, 4, 5, 15. Play the kit. Play the kit, sack the bell into the SME.
Yep.
Quest with everything else.
That's not horrible either. Like attacking to the Tipo there, because he has to run something else into it.
Yeah.
This week. He could run the kit into it if he really wanted to, but I don't think that's necessarily.
Well, he does. The thing is, he's got another bell in line.
Oh yeah.
So he could run the kit into the SME and then just shift it. And
I kind of like that.
That's what he should do.
Yeah. Yeah, shift the bell and then quest with the bell.
If he had one more ink, he could shift the bell and play the other kit, Cloud Kicker, because it's a 6 cost. But
yeah, even maybe just hard cast the other bell so you have an extra body.
Yeah, I'm not even shifting. I'm just running it. That's what he's gonna end up doing. Run it into SME, take the 3 damage. SME's dead.
Yeah, and then
play the bell hard. Yeah.
Yep.
Send it over. Yep. And Brandon.
And then quest for 2, go to 14. He's got lethal on board next turn.
Yeah, 14.
Lethal with ward,
Yeah.
So he's got a.
He's automatic. Yeah, I mean, what did he draw? A snake or
game over.
He's like, I had another kit. You were screwed either way.
Yep.
All right, well played by Mike. That's Brandon. Brandon called it out. He didn't want to see it, but he did anyway. We're gonna take it out to the floor here in a second, and we'll get a little interview going with Mike.
Sure.
Ask him about his deck line.
That sounds good. Do you want him? Nice.
Well, yeah, and just seeing that when you're on board, like, that changes all the math.
And I was like, okay, so he's gonna die. I'm like, I don't believe it. I'm just trying to figure this out. How is it gonna happen?
Assuming he would be able to get rid of your threat that you just sit there and then you have all your concerns there.
You know what?
Yeah, and then you have another trick.
Thank you guys. Thank you. You better take care of that.
Mike, you want to do an interview? No, you don't have to.
Look at ass me, man. Don't be anxious.
No. I want to be like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, now you almost messed up and played the thinker here.
Pop over here so the camera can get a good view. I mean, you're too attractive to leave off camera. All right, Rachel, are we on stream or did it just? There we go. Cool. We're here with Mike. Just 2-0'd round 3 against the Purple Steel player playing the Blurple deck. How do we feel about that?
So far, it's running good.
So far, it's running good. You 3-0.
3-0.
First 2 rounds were against.
Steel Song and then a variation of Steel Song.
Oh, really? 2 Steel Song decks, which is typically a hard matchup. What were the spreads there? 2-0, 2-1? Wow, so you're 6-0 on the day. Cool. What cards, I'm more curious about your Steel Song matchup. What cards kind of helped with that matchup?
Bell.
Okay.
A lot.
So the Accomplished Mystic version or the small? The okay. You're running what, 4? 3 of them, okay. Because we saw like 8 in your deck, so we weren't sure if you saw every one of them. Yeah. And we saw that you were running the Cloud Kicker line, the Shift line as well. What kind of made that decision?
Play turn 1 against Steel Song. I can just have him sit there if I wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, for a while until I get the other one, and he can take out Cindy once I get the shift.
Yeah.
And then he can sing.
Yeah.
You know,
Sing Let It Go or Friends or anything like that. So that's kind of the thought process.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. A lot of willpower.
A lot of willpower.
2-5.
Plus for 3. And I mean, we saw that you had 2 in your hand there, and we're like, okay, there's nothing the Purple Steel player can do about this. It's just going to be game anyway.
Yeah, that last one, I was like, which way do I win it?
Yeah, you were. I think that choosing the Bell line to shift or not to shift, but to move the damage over to the Chernobog was the correct decision there. Yeah, for sure.
If you had one more ink, you could have played the other kit too.
Yeah, you were 1 ink short.
So I was counting like.
Yeah, that's all right though.
We also saw that you were running Magicka, which prevents discard. Has that been run against the Green Steel deck at all, or what do you think?
It's good against home world. I like.
Because you get to hold on to your hand.
Oh,
I didn't even
think about that. Yeah. You get your hand and 7 more cards.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then against this card.
Okay. Cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Have you gotten to test this deck out in any other set champs or locals or anything?
I've done it with locals. About the same variation. Yeah, it's about the same variation.
And how's this?
Actually, no, I was running Alice.
Oh yeah.
And it just didn't. I lost. And
Yeah, the 3-cost characters are weird in a Blurple deck because you typically want to skip that turn.
Go 2 to 4,
right?
Exactly.
So yeah, that makes sense. You got to kind of run like a different version, I guess, without the ramp line almost. But you that's the whole point of Blurple, right? Is to get ahead and start playing those purple characters earlier.
Yeah, you fall behind, and you get ahead in ink, but fall behind in lore, catch back up, and stabilize.
I've been doing that all day. Falling behind, I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah.
Have you played in any other set champs this set, or?
Yeah, but not with that.
Not with that deck. You've been running. What were the other things that you ran?
I ran Discard, I ran red, purple, and then I ran
Steel Song?
I don't think it is Steel. I have a
Purple Steel.
I don't think I played it.
Yeah.
Oh, the green blue. I played the green blue deck.
Oh,
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it just didn't get too well for me though.
Yeah. Which version of the green blue deck did you play?
I started off with the ink.
Ink Geyser?
Ink Geyser, but then I went
boy.
away from that to more of a bounce in your hand, and then Bend You Will, which was doing really good too. I like them both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely prefer the geyser over the bend, but I think they're both very good. Yeah.
Have you had any success at other sets or top 8'd or anything like that, or just not yet? Well, you did. I think that you can pretty much draw into the top 8 here and be okay. So
3-0 double draw should make it.
Yeah.
I was picking up 3 decks and I just never got a good consistency.
Today's your day.
Yeah.
That's right.
Cool, man. Well, good luck. Thanks for the interview.
Yep. Look forward to covering you in the top 8 for sure.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go.
Thanks.
Trust me, there have been times not against Discord where I'm desperate and I'm like, oh, thank God, I need cards. Yeah, 2-1.
I want to play Red Blue Day. I didn't play it at all such a
That's only 5 minutes, right?
No. Where's your max? Yeah. At home on my table.
Josh is what about I think I was like, can you play anything else?
Exactly. Boys them out of their meta. Original deck.
We are,
where's Matt?
what? No, I,
They gotta go to Turkey. Bring it next week.
with my leg.
You guys out.
Alright guys, we are at time.
We'll let them know until you're not back. They'll pause for you.
I just want you to walk.
I have been eyeing these for a while.
They're great. They were like, I think we got them at like $20.
She got me.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have a whole bunch of wires over here. I just don't know what all of them are individually. You know what I'm saying?
Drew has a wire problem.
Listen, the fact that it's still this, that I can stand here, gives me joy.
So I feel about my office. It's like so overwhelming just the amount of stuff piles up. Like I finally clean it up. Like so much better. Well, it's too busy.
Yeah.
I need to be
If he would have wanted to dominate, somebody would have got it.
I think I did run it once a chance. I don't think you were there though.
Yeah, no, you remember.
announcements before we move into round 4. First things first, we're gonna do the raffle between round 4 and 5. All right. Woo! Second thing is that we will have pizza here around 5 o'clock, which should be after Top Cut, or right when we move into Top Cut. Okay, so you're welcome to stay, hang out, grab some pizza. Third thing, for any folks that do not make it into the top 8 cut, be sure to either see Tremaine or myself before you leave. You get 2 bags for coming and playing with us today. And the fourth thing is our pre-orders for Reign of Jafar are live, so you are welcome to do a pre-order before you head out today, or you can do it online if you're part of the Adventurers Guild. That is it. I'm getting ready to do your pairings now.
Did you want to play? I want to see, yes.
Bobby. Oh, Bobby's playing? Bobby don't mess around. Bobby's playing all 5.
So we have a feature match here, Bobby versus, who was Bobby playing? Oh, Chris Kronenberger.
Chris.
So this is going to be a fun one.
It looks like we got the deck that you were talking about on stream. It's the Amber Amethyst? No. Yeah.
I'm dead.
No. Amber Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby, Amber Ruby songs. Yep.
And then we got Bobby. I think Bobby is on Kiwi.
Yeah. Yeah, Kiwi Birds.
Bobby is our 2-time reigning set champ. So,
Are they both 3-0?
They're both 3-0, and they could have drawn, but Bobby doesn't mess around. He's playing for top seed. He rolled Snake Eyes.
Yeah, which Chris is like one of the better players in the room too. So if he beats Chris here, and then maybe he really wants to be on the play against the stack. You know what I mean? Maybe that could be. Which Bobby being on the play with Kiwi Birds is such an advantage. Like, that is a very tempo-y deck.
Yep.
So
Now he's on the draw. So we'll see how he does twice on the draw.
Yeah. This is going to be a tough matchup, I think, for Bobby, just because they have a lot of answers for his ward characters and the B Kings and the Tremaines. So there are quite a few answers in Chris Kronenberger's deck. Yeah, and Chris, I don't know if you know much about Chris, but he was an old Magic player. I actually was sponsored with him with Ultra Reality Games for a little while. He was known for this mono blue control list that he built and won a Star City Games Open with in Magic. So he's like a very, very
well-rounded, skilled player.
Skilled player, yeah.
All right, so we got a good look at
Bobby Ship 7. All right, cool.
Quickly,
7. Yeah, he's looking for something. I wonder if he scouted this matchup very much, you know, what he's thinking about doing.
Yeah, it could be. And it looks like Chris shipped 6, so.
All right. See, this is the thing is like, the mulligan process in Lorcana is so powerful that you can, it's a huge advantage when you know how the lines in the matchup and like what you need and what your ideal opener is.
Yeah.
You know.
I always tell people too, like, these guys know these decks in and out, right? And I always tell people that it's better for you to be an expert at one deck than it is for you to be like okay at a bunch of decks, right?
Oh yeah, unless it's a three deck format.
Unless it's a 3-deck format.
You might need those words.
That's true. All right, we're getting into it.
So I see an
Chris goes
Alice.
first, an Ink
some
Worlds.
Sticky Mickeys in his hand. We got 3 Sticky Mickeys in our hand. Ooh.
He tried to get some free lore and got none. And he's gonna pass.
All right.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Ink
He doesn't.
Mickey.
I don't think he has many 1-drops. His deck is more of a. It's really a control deck.
Mm-hmm. So I think the turn 2 play that we're going for here is going to be Ink Mother Gothel and play a Mother Gothel.
Mm-hmm.
Put that 3 damage on it.
Yeah, this is very much like a red-purple list. You know what I mean? Where it just kind of inks every turn and plays some bombs and keeps cards coming in his hand through these the Madrigal songs and stuff.
I'm glad that he's on. Oh, we got a Jafar. Okay. I'm glad that he's on stream because we can kind of see a new fun deck, man.
Yeah.
Not just your typical meta deck.
Sure. You can
Quest for 1 with the Mickey, pass. You're opening yourself up to, if you're playing yellow, that Mirabelle line. I don't know if he runs it or not, but if he can clear some damage from this this Gothel and take out the Mickey, that's not a great look for Bobby.
Yeah, draw a card, clear damage, take out the Mickey.
Look at this family into the Inkwell. Ariel. I'm not even sure what that Ariel does.
I think it's evasive.
Okay.
And I don't remember it either. My phone's dead. Otherwise, I would.
You would look it up.
Look it up.
All right, so we're back to Bobby. And he's going to ink a second Jafar and play that Alice.
Yeah, Bobby just knows he's got to have his foot on the gas pedal here.
So good. So the Ariel, what it does is it's evasive. Whenever you play a song, chosen character of yours gains evasive until the start of your next turn.
Okay, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2/3.
It's a 1/3, I believe it was. Yep, 2/3.
Yeah, and it's chosen character, so it's not even him. So you could give it to your Mother Gothel or something like that, which is pretty relevant.
Hard cast the Bee King.
That kind of feels a little bad there.
It does, because then he can just sack the Mickey.
Yeah.
And you sang a song, so now you got 2 evasive characters.
Yep. And they can't attack. They can't, till the start of the next turn. Yeah, so that protects that.
Yep. But we know that Bobby's actually got a strength in hand. So I wonder if he's going to plan on using this.
So maybe plays Alice, strengths, Mother, so he prevents the Rapunzel play. I mean, he obviously doesn't have the Rapunzel, otherwise he'd have played it last turn.
Yeah, if I'm Bobby here, I'm definitely inking the Mickey. It's just served his purpose, and you've got Chen Po coming down next turn.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's going to ink the Chen Po and possibly go Alice and Mickey.
Yeah, I don't understand why he would even consider not inking
the Mickey.
The Mickey, unless he wants to play 2 characters this turn, but it's not like he has a huge card advantage engine. He doesn't really need to deal 4 damage or something.
No, and you're also playing. Yeah, see, I don't love that, man.
I don't like that either.
Just because you're dumping your hand, and the thing is, you're setting yourself up for some stuff here.
That Chinpo.
Okay, he gets rid of the Aerial.
Yeah.
Quest for 2.
Yep.
So we're up to 3.
Damage on our Smee, and this is, I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of power, or a lot of questing power there on the board for.
You know, I don't know what he's running, but if he's got a Maui, he can Maui into that Alice and use the Gothel to take out this. Oh, he inks a Maui. I wonder if he's got another one. Yep, there you go. So, God, dude, I mean, am I speaking everything into existence here?
Oh,
Teeth and Ambitions.
Yep.
Dirty.
Yep.
And he's got to.
See, if you would have held the Mickey, he could have this turn possibly
inked the Mickey and played the Chen Po.
And warded it.
So he's gonna quest with the Alice. It looks at. Oh, he doesn't have enough ink to even play the Gantu.
Yeah, because he's got a Calhoun in hand. So
this does. I mean.
I feel pretty bad for Bobby right now.
Yeah, I'm speaking early here, but this doesn't look good for him.
If he loses game 1, you think he offers a draw or what?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
I mean, I get what he's doing, playing into top cut.
He can draw next round too if he really wants to. And Bobby's a good enough player. I think he has a good shot to beat just about anybody in the room. So, especially me, he always has my number.
Always.
Always can't beat that guy. He's like a magician.
I almost think that you run the Mickey into the Gothel just to get a little bit of board control, but my goodness.
Well, yeah. It's bad because like either way, hey, it's got the Rapunzel play set up. You know.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, the thing is,
I would definitely do that if that
if he
was
gets a Rapunzel, dude, this game's over.
Untouched, I would definitely do that, but
I can't see what he drew, but the Bee King is.
A look at this family would be great here. You know what I mean? You can just draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
Bare necessity. That card's probably pretty dead right now.
Yeah, he's got a Bee King in hand. It's like, do you? Yeah, no. Okay. Bobby's looking for ink. He found the strength. It's like, do you ink this to play the Gantu?
I think you need that strength. I think you got to.
I mean, the problem is, right? The problem is, this could be a B prep for all Bobby knows.
Yeah.
Right? And then he's hard cast strength onto the Maui.
Yeah, now Alice is guaranteed to live, so he can quest for 4 here. 5 with Calhoun, which I'm fine with. And you're going to ward probably the Mickey. Or ward the Calhoun? Okay. Calhoun's probably dying next turn anyways. But, yeah, okay.
He is being sticky with that Mickey, man.
Yeah.
Ain't he?
He's leaving there. I think maybe he played I think he took the Mickey to play around the
Bee King?
Bee King instead of the Chimpo. Which is fair. He really wants to protect that Alice. That Alice is like the key to him winning this game. It has a lot of, 4 lore at least.
I mean, you gotta assume that this is not how this deck wants to function. With no Rapunzels and no draw and stuff like that. He hasn't drawn into anything yet, but
yeah, usually he has much more card advantage than what he's really seen.
I know from last set too. I mean, this is obviously a different version, but I know from last set that
World's Greatest.
I know from last set that Amber Ruby, like if you get into top deck mode, you lose.
Yeah.
You know, Inkasmi.
The nice part about the look at this family and the cards like that is that it will help you find that Rapunzel. So it turns into so many cards.
Yeah. Does he play B prep?
I do think he has some B prep, but I can't remember. I know he plays Sisu. I don't remember if he plays B prep, but Sisu is probably just better than B prep, honestly. Well, it doesn't get the Gantu, but
which has ward now.
Yeah. Now we're at like a position where
the game's over if he doesn't do something about it now. And it looks like he drew another song. I can't see, man. Teeth and Ambitions, maybe.
Yeah.
This game's just. Yeah,
scoop him up.
God, that was kind of a brutal.
Man, that was. I thought Bobby was out of that game.
He was in a terrible position if Chris could get anything going. But
yeah, the more that I think about that game, though, the more I do like inking the Chinpo there and playing the Mickey just to play around the Bee King and the Lady Tremaines.
Okay.
All right. Whew. So we have a really cool, was that like a Kraken playmat from Bobby over here? That thing's sweet. You think of Pirates of the Caribbean a little bit. Also a Disney movie. I think they should eventually, like years down the road, maybe come out with like a Jack Sparrow, like Pirates of the Caribbean card line. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because they can do all those other Disney movies. It doesn't have to be just, animated stuff, although that's what it is right now.
Yeah.
But they could have Star Wars technically in there. They can have Marvel, like they could do some really cool expansions.
I'm looking forward to the Pixar stuff coming in to 2026.
I think they should have a Emperor's March song. That'd be sweet.
So we do want to give a quick shout out to Bobby. He's playing on the Ray here. We wanted to give him a quick shout out. He's the one who programmed our lore tracker and our ink tracker and everything. So shout out to Bobby for doing that. It's awesome.
Bobby is one of the good ones.
So we do see finally that Chris is drawn into a Rapunzel line.
Yeah, there we go. We got some card advantage on that side of the table.
Yep, we got a little card advantage.
Oh, thank you. Oh, nice. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. Apple. Yeah, all right. Thank you.
A potato phone.
Yeah.
Waiting for Rapunzel that whole time.
All right, so Bobby won there on the draw.
All right. He's not out of the woods yet, though. I do think this is a pretty good matchup for Chris typically.
I think that it's a good matchup for him on the play, but it's got to be a tough one for him.
Winning on the draw for Bobby's big. That's for sure. We got here 8 to far, play a hood. All right.
Man, I think that this meta is way too fast to not be playing 1-drops, but I'm also a purple player who plays 12, so it's like...
Yeah. You just have to have the ability to come back. I know he did have, what did he have as a 1-drop? I don't know if he still plays or not, but he was playing the card soldiers, where it gets +2 if there's any damage character. Yeah. So it works well with the Mother Gothalon too. You have basically a Captain Hook essentially. Better actually, because it's a 3/2 on your turn too, or on their turn.
So you're setting up the Rapunzel line.
Bare necessities.
Yeah.
Take his strength or
it's
something.
a whiff. But at least now you.
Now you know you're gonna draw a million cards.
Yeah.
It feels brutal if he draws a strength off the top.
Well, yeah. My gosh.
We're gonna ink a card here.
You got to keep the Mauis.
Yeah, I like the Maui a lot.
You have to keep the Mauis in this matchup. It's too good. And he's got 2 in hand, man. It's such a... Yeah, there you go.
That's fine.
Get rid of that.
Teeth actually would be a great... Next turn you could Rapunzel and sing Teeth. But, yeah, most of the stuff is ward anyway, so...
Pluto off the top. That Goth will present such an issue for this deck. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think he can quest this turn, right?
Yeah.
He's a Pete.
Yeah, he's got to assume that
Oof.
Okay, he's going to keep his foot on the gas, I guess.
Yeah, so that Goth was going to be able to take out one of them, which is the more threatening. It's got to be Robin Hood, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. I think I like taking out the Smee here, which should have a damage on it. Just because it's a 2-quester. But I mean, I guess you can, if he shifts Robin Hood, you feel bad, but...
Oh, you feel terrible.
Yeah.
I love the Gothel Rapunzel line, man. It just turns a 2/2 or a 2-cost character into a 3/4, man. It's just so aggressive.
Yeah, so it'll live through.
Yeah, because he just drew into a big king, right? So I think your play here is he can't do it. He played Pete this turn. Yeah, I'm gonna go stop that. Yep.
Oh, Pete.
Okay, so he can't do that.
They figured it out.
Yeah, they figured it out. I think you run it in.
Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna kill it anyway.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that's fine because Bobby's trying to go fast and
take away the lore.
Take away the lore. Yeah, he can run something else into it, which you're fine with. Bobby's got a mana in hand, which actually could be pretty difficult for him to deal with it. But he does have the Mauis.
He does have the Mauis still, yeah. So I think that the play line here actually is gonna end up being, if he plays a character, Pluto. Okay, so now we've got.
Does he just quest or no? Okay. And take that out and quest here.
So yeah, I know that Chris is going to be able to this turn actually run Maui into Pluto, and then he could sing Be King.
Yep.
But I don't know if that's the play he wants to take because your Maui just dies.
He could also run. He could sing Be King first. Nah, it's probably not great either. Play the Maui.
Yeah.
He could play Maui and pass actually if he wants, and then run the Rapunzel into the Pluto to put a damage on it. Oh, that's cool. We knew he had that too.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
Good play. So he takes what, 3 damage there?
Yep. And the Maui lives. So he can trade the Pete if he wants.
Well, now we're at a weird spot, man. He's got a Cogsworth.
Oh, the Cogsworth feels really good here.
You think so? Well, you know he's playing Be King.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing feels good if I'm Bobby now. Okay, I think that Chris is positioned way better.
Play the Gantu pass. Yeah, he's gonna play around the Be King.
Oh, he drew into another one.
Another what? Be King?
Yeah, he's got
so
2 in
double?
hand. Oh my God.
Oh, Rapunzel,
no.
even better.
Oh, and now he's gonna double sing. He's got to be double sing, right? You got to prevent the lore game.
Yeah, you can still double sing it.
Yep, there you go.
Yep. Yeah, this is getting out of control here for Chris.
Yeah.
Now he's got a fresh Maui. He's got
He
2
hasn't inked
Rapunzels on the
this turn.
board.
He can still ink and play a card if he wants to.
If he wants to. I think he's just going to take the advantage.
I think that's a sign of a really good player is you're not forcing the ink.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I mean, all the games we've watched so far, everybody just inks the ink, you know, and you don't need to. I mean, Chris has already got 5 ink out, potentially 6 next turn. There's not a whole lot he's going to play in his deck that's much more than that. Plus, he's got all these singers too.
Bobby's got Robin Hood. Bobby's in trouble. Bobby's got Robin Hood coming down, and I just saw Medusa in Chris's hand. So
yeah. So
maybe it was it definitely was Medusa.
Ooh, I like keeping that card just for the advantage, but I understand what we're doing here.
You
He's got
don't need
plenty
it
of cards in
anymore.
hand. He's got another Rapunzel too.
He's got it already in hand anyway.
Yeah, he's got 2. Nice. So he's just gonna continue to just progress his hand, progress his board.
Well, this is how this deck is supposed to function.
Yep.
Bobby is. Man, this is a cool deck.
Isn't it neat? Yeah, it's a very cool deck. You got the Shark Maui and the Rapunzel. It's a lot like blue purple or purple red, but just obviously instead of purple you have the card advantage engine of Amber.
Yeah, if I'm Bobby, I'm just scooping because there's just no point. He's got another B King in hand.
And a Shark Maui, which is like super hard for him to deal with.
Yeah, he's
Bobby scooping up. Yeah.
All right, we'll see how Bobby does for his first time on the play.
That should be a huge thing for Bobby for sure.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, like, Bobby does have the ability to clear that Mother Gothel early.
Yeah.
If he was able to do
Especially
that,
on the play, where you have strength or something.
If he was able to do that, the game would have been totally different. If he could have shifted that Robin Hood out there and sang like a Storm or a Strength or something.
Yeah.
But he just got kind of stuck. That was really well played by Chris.
Yeah, a couple of great players here. 2 of the better players in the room today, for sure. Although we do have quite a few very good players
Oh
here
my
today,
gosh, dude. I mean, just around this room, there's probably 5 or 6 set champ winners.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Easy, and a bunch of top 8 competitors and stuff. So very cool to see all the talented Luminaires come out and play a little bit.
Yeah. And as we said before, Bobby actually was in the top 32 at a DLC. He went, I think he got in the top 20 or top 25 at Atlanta earlier in 2024. So
Yeah, so great to see it. It's funny too, you know Bobby and Chris have both played a lot of cards in their life because of the way they shuffle, the way their hands move, the way their cards are just like very crisp when they hit the mat.
I mean, they also know the lines very well. They're not, like a lot of times you think things through, but if you know what you're doing and you know what to do, like you're playing quickly.
And they know the line before they take it too. So like they're not sitting there tanking for, they're like, okay, I'm going into this, I'm mulliganing for this strategy. This is how I'm going to play this. Like their turns are very quick, but it's usually, I mean, I can't really pick apart a play that I didn't like from either one of these Luminaires. So. So we got a Mickey,
2 Robin Hoods, and a John Silver.
John Silver is really good versus.
I wonder what the decision is on 2 small Robin Hoods. Are you worried about the teeth, possibly?
I guess.
I guess you can go wide and go 2 1-drops on turn 2 with the Mickey and but.
And just use them for ink if you draw Smee or something. I guess Smee's not great when they're playing teeth, right? So.
Man, these decks, like the deck that Chris is playing, they're just so hard to plan for. You have no idea what's coming, man, and I can appreciate that.
I'm excited to hear about what Bobby's play line is here, like what he was looking for in his mulligan, you know. So that post game.
Maybe he was just making sure that he had enough ink.
That's all. That's it too. You know, that's a thing too. So this is a very good against aggro hand for Bobby with all the 1-drops and then the.
Gets rid of the Jafar and plays the Mickey.
Yep.
And we're passing.
This is a game where maybe the manner becomes pretty good. Being able to manner on turn 4 with a board too. Like,
yeah. Okay, we found the shift line, which is
so
huge.
now we can go
2 Robin Hoods.
double 1-drop.
Pop. Yep.
And then quest for 1.
Yep.
All right, so we're in the driver's seat here.
We are.
Chris has got 1 ink and nothing to do with it. So we got.
Looks like he's got an Ursula Vanessa in hand, which is just a 2-cost singer 4 that could sing the teeth or sing the B King, but. I wonder if he's gonna. Yep, there it goes.
Yep.
Okay. So honestly, for Bobby, like that shift line is so incredibly powerful here. Those John Silvers really ain't doing a whole lot early because.
They're great against the Shark Maui, but you don't need it till late game. So it's just gonna be ink here.
Shift.
We're just gonna quest out.
4, yep.
It's
Up
a
to
very fast clock. Maybe that's what Bobby's looking for, just a bunch of 1-drops. He wants to play the Blue Steel Dog deck, you know?
I mean, the thing is now, if Chris doesn't get a hold of this and he drops a manor,
yeah, he's in trouble. Yeah, he's in
he's got
real
the John
trouble.
Silver that stops people from challenging. So it's
correct.
like, okay.
Yeah, so he can play something the following turn.
Yeah, I think this is quickly getting out of hand.
Yeah, he could draw a B King here, which would be okay. I mean, I guess it would at least kill something.
I think he found a teeth, which is just.
That's actually probably better. Well, yeah. Not
You think
really.
so? I mean, what are you going to put damage on?
You probably just kill that extra Robin Hood, like kill the extra Robin Hood, just to get a character off the board to stun the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, put on the aerial.
Yeah, the aerial. Okay. So, yeah, I think we go just Sticky Mickey and Robin Hood into Ursula.
Yep.
And drop the manor, man.
Yeah, I like that.
Because then, what's your aerial gonna do?
Ooh, a Pete, which is even better. Man, I like I think I like the mana first.
Yeah, because he's on 3 ink. You don't want him to get to that
did
Maui line.
We revealed the teeth off the.
Yeah, and he revealed it and sang it. So I'm getting a 7 here with I'm taking out the Ursula and I'm dropping the manor. That Pete's so good.
Yeah, I'm fine playing Pete too. Like, I do like the manor better, I think.
Pop and pop. Yep.
So 1 damage is on the Robin Hood. We gain 2 lore. We have another question on the board.
Ariel does nothing this turn.
I do think I like the manor there better for the fact of, the only way that it punishes him for playing the manor is if he goes double B King, which could happen, but then Chris is pretty low on cards at that point.
The heal, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so brutal.
Now
the card advantage is just outrageous.
Yeah, he gets sing, I can't sing anything because of the.
All right. It's do or die here, man.
Oh, he drew a Alice.
That's so good.
Yeah. I think you just quest out, play the Alice, and pass.
11.
I don't even know if you ink at all at this point.
No.
3 cards.
Those cards are too powerful.
Yeah.
All 3 of them are too good.
Yeah.
But I mean, if your only option is ink and put, I'm just tossing down the.
You got. Yeah, I think he's wondering if he's going to ink and play the manor, or. Because then he can play. You're expecting Maui to come down next turn, right? So, Maui can come in, kill a Robin Hood. They draw a card. You get to draw a card, and the manor still is around. You know what I mean? Or he can come in at the manor.
But the last thing you want to do is just
the manor. Yep. All right.
The last thing you want to do is let him clear your board. I mean, Maui clears Robin Hood and that's it.
That's it.
I guess Ariel can clear the. Oh man,
Nope,
you can't get board
can't clear the Mickey because the Mickey's got resist.
No, yeah. So if you go Maui and then B King.
That could be all right. Yeah.
I mean, that essentially.
Yeah.
That, in my opinion, that ends the game. But we'll see. He's at 11 now. He's at 11.
11 more.
If he drops a Maui and double B Kings, I think that Chris is back in the driver's seat.
What was the card that he kept? The Alice? Yeah, the Alice.
The Alice, yeah. He does have 2 B Kings in his hand.
Ooh.
Oh my God, he has 2 B Kings in his hand. If he has a Maui this game, I think that Chris is immediately back in the driver's seat.
Inks of teeth. Plays
yeah,
a Maui.
5. Here comes. It's got to be, right?
Here it comes. No way, it's not. What else costs 5 in that deck?
Yep, here it is.
It could be anything. It could be a boat.
Draw.
You're gonna kill the Mickey here. Yep, and then you're gonna double B King. Ow, that's brutal.
He's got 3 B Kings in his hand, man. I mean, he's got an answer for the Alice as soon as it comes down.
As soon as it comes down. But he won't be able to clear the manor and answer the Alice.
No, but if I'm Chris, I don't care about the manor.
Oh, he readied Maui. and he's gonna take something else out. Wow. And then sing a B King to kill that. That feels great. Yep. Yeah, but this game's all but over now.
He needs to save those 2 cards in his hand.
Can't. He can't. He doesn't know he's got the B King. He's not going to expect it either because of he just played 2 of them. Or he played 1 of them, I guess. So.
He's got 2 left.
He's got
in his
2
hand.
B Kings left. Yeah. So next turn he can play B King, swing everything.
This game's over, man. It's over.
Swing everything into the manor. Manor dies.
I mean,
Manor's gone. B King. Ink or no ink, either way, probably just pass. He's got a shark in his hand.
Can Bobby come back from this?
I don't think so.
Is there a world?
No. Whole new world. That's what it is, but he don't have that.
Doc?
Doc would be...
Smee Doc.
Smee Doc would be nice.
No, he's got a Chimpo. He's got to get rid of that.
I just ink that sucker.
He keeps it in hand.
Yeah. Maybe he draws up like a crappy card and he plays the Chimpo to the next turn, like a Mickey or something.
I mean, if you see a Rapunzel come down and heal 3 of the damage that's on the Maui now, you scoop.
Yeah, you just pick your cards up and go home.
You got to assume that this is Shark territory, right?
Yep. Oh, Shark's definitely coming down for sure.
Yeah, Chris knows that he's in the driver's seat now.
Yeah, because he can't turn anything sideways now with Shark. He's free to quest.
I mean, the thing is, he's at 13 though.
Yeah.
And Chris is at 0. Is there a world?
But now that there's a Shark, dude, that game's going to be over quick. He's just going to cast a bunch of Madrigal cards to keep drawing cards and things like that. Oh, here's the first one.
King. He's got a Pirate's Life in his hand.
Yep, he's got to draw 1, Pirate's Life.
Yeah, Bobby's. This
game is going to get
Here it comes with Pirate's Life. Or no, it's look at this family.
Yeah, look at this family. Gain Allure, draw 2 more cards. And he might find the Rapunzel off that, which would feel...
It was the last one, I think. I can't see... Oh, no, it's Ursula Vanessa. Oh, what is that? I can't see it. I think he's going to keep the Medusa and Ariel.
You know, I almost... So this is one of those instances where, like, I understand why he played the Shark there, so he could get the 2 lore off the songs that he was going to sing. But I would have rather sang the Madrigal song first, because if he draws the Rapunzel, then he can play the Rapunzel heal, and you're in a little bit better spot. You know
Bobby's in trouble. This is tough to watch because he can't even quest anymore.
Yeah, at this point
it's all but over. And I think he just drew into a Pirate's Life.
Yeah, so we're just gonna play Iago. Oh, now all this stuff has a base.
The Ariel, yeah.
Or Ariel, yeah. Sorry. Sing Pirate's Life.
I can't see if that's what it was.
Yeah,
it looks like it.
You could sing another Madrigal song too, which would be brutal.
Yep, it's Pirate's